Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to another afternoon at C.O. Brown Stadium, the first afternoon ball game against the Rockford Rivets for the Battle Creek Bombers. Last night's game, it was a game of momentum that the Rivets could never really control. A 4-run bottom of the fourth put the Battle Creek Bombers up by 2. The Rivets made a run at it, but in the end, it was a 3-run bottom of the 7th that finished off the Rivets in a 7-4 loss to the Bombers. On the mound tonight for the Battle Creek Bombers will be number 22, number 2, Kenrell Dominguez. Dominguez is a freshman at Olivet Nazarene. 0-2 record for him on the year. 6.4 ERA in 3 games started, 9 2/3 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 11 walks, and 21 hits allowed. In his most recent time out, through 3 innings against Fond du Lac just 3 days ago, he had a 13-8 loss, allowed 2 earned runs, 3 hits, struck out 1, walked nobody. His 2 losses came against Madison and Lakeshore. In each of those games, he allowed 5 runs and a total of 6 1/3 innings pitched against those 2 squads. 5 runs on 7 hits, all of them earned. 1 strikeout and no walks against Green Bay in an 11-7 loss, and 3 strikeouts and 4 walks against Madison in a 9-1 loss to the now playoff-bound Madison Mallards. Cade Bunnell will lead us off in a Rivets uniform today. Bunnell will play DH. After him, it'll be Ryan Cole, the left fielder. Then Brennan Reback at center field. Swing and a miss for Bunnell to start off, fouled back to start off his day at the plate after getting the day off yesterday. Hughes will bat fourth and play short. Jacob Vanderwall batting fifth, playing right field. Parker Kelly will bat in the 6th spot and play third base. That one goes outside. Counts now 1-1. Pat Leffler at first will bat 7th. Brock Mathis, the catcher, 8th. And Justin Walker at second base rounds out our starting 9 for the Rockford Rivets. The 1-1 as Dominguez steps off the mound, stands 5'10", 165 pounds. Throws with the right hand, misses off the plate there. Count goes 2-1. The 2-1 swung on right to the second baseman Baker, who can't field it. And it will be an error on Will Baker, as it was a pretty routine play for the second baseman. And Bunnell reaches on an error to start off this ball game. Not a good start for the Battle Creek Bombers defense. In the defensive alignment for the Bombers, Connor Bailey in left, Jalen Thomas in center, and Michael Brown in right, the same starting outfielders they had last night. Infield gets a little bit of a switch-up. Called strike there on Ryan Cole. Counts 0-1 for the Notre Dame outfielder, playing left field today. Infield, a little bit of a mix-up. Trujillo doesn't play short like he has played every time that the Bombers have seen the Rivets before this. Henderson will play third, Terada at short. Will Baker second, Zach Gardner at first, and it will be Jones behind the plate. That one misses outside. Count goes 1-1 for Cole against Dominguez. The only other game that's going on right now is the Eau Claire Express and the Bismarck Larks. And there Ryan Cole gets plunked with that pitch, so he's going to get his way on first. So an error puts Bunnell on first, and a hit by pitch puts Cole on first and pushes Bunnell to second. So no hits yet for the Rivets, but 2 on with no away here And Brennan Reback up to the plate, the speedster from Central Arizona, just finished up his freshman year. Has not decided to transfer to a college yet. Will play another year at Central Arizona before making his decision about where he goes to school. The 0-0 off the plate, called strike for home plate umpire. For the home plate umpire here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Counts 0-1 for Reback, batting in the 3 spot today, playing center field for the Rivets after getting the day off yesterday. Dominguez sets and deals. That one's off the plate. Count goes to 1-1. The 1-1 swung on, fouled back by Reback. Now he's down to 2 strikes. Cole now on first, batted in the second spot yesterday for the Rivets. Was 0 for 3, but did have 2 walks and scored 1 run. The 1-2 coming to Brennan Reback. A big out it would be for Dominguez on the mound. Thought about it, didn't go, misses a strike zone. Count goes even at 2-2. That was the 11th pitch of the top of the first for Dominguez. Game time temperature, 90 degrees in Battle Creek, Michigan. It's going to be a hot one, and that may affect the stamina of some of the pitchers we see on the mound today. That one misses off the plate. Count goes 3-2. Last night it was Jordan Rhodes picking up the win in relief for the Battle Creek Bombers. And Brad Littleton, who lost it in the bottom of the 7th. The payoff pitch coming to Reback. Swung on, fouls it back. Count stays 3-2. The payoff pitch coming to Reback. Misses off the plate, so Reback will walk. So all 3 base runners reaching on different ways. An error, a hit by pitch, and a walk, but still no hits yet for the Rockford Rivets as Hal Hughes comes up with the bases loaded. Dominguez was ahead in the count 1-2 against Reback, but Reback, like he does a lot, is able to gnaw his way back in, push it full, and then not bite on a pitch that misses the zone. Full count for Hal Hughes, who had 2 hits yesterday, the only Rivet with multiple hits. Also had an RBI in the first. Swing and a miss there. As the catcher for the Battle Creek Bombers, Jones, comes and talks with Dominguez. Mason Jones bats from the left side, throws with his right hand. Stands 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Smyrna, Georgia. The 0-1 coming now to Jones behind the plate from Dominguez. No outs here. Bases loaded, top of the first. 0-0. Swung on, and that's going to get by the shortstop, Terada. One's going to come home. Cole's going to come home easily. And so a 2 RBI single to start off this ball game. And just like yesterday, the Rivets are up 2-0 in the top of the first. No outs away for Dominguez on the mound, trying to regain control. He's got runners on first and second. The righty Hal Hughes stabbed the second pitch he saw, put it just beyond a slow hopper, just beyond the outstretched glove of Terada at shortstop. And it was plenty enough to score Bunnell and score Cole. And now the pitching coach Mike Ruppenthal already coming out to talk with Dominguez as has two across the plate and nobody out, and Reback on second with wheels. Dominguez already 16 pitches thrown, with all the teams playing doubleheaders on Wednesday. It's all been a sort of crunch of the bullpen, and it would put the Bombers in a very sticky situation if they have to go to their bullpen if Dominguez throws 35 pitches or more this inning. Runners on first and second. Rivets lead 2-0. No outs, top of the first. Swing and a miss there from Jacob Vanderwall, batting in the 5 spot today. Yesterday, Vanderwall was 1 for 3, scored a run, also walked and was able to get to third before the Rivets left him stranded. The 0-1. That one off the plate, called ball. Count goes even at 1-1. No outs here. Top of the first inning. Runners on first and second. Reback on second. Hal Hughes on first. A 2 RBI single from him is the difference right now on the 2-0 lead for the Rivets. That was the first hit of the game after Bunnell reached on an error, Cole reached on a hit by pitch, and Reback reached on a walk. A swing and a miss there. Counts now 1-2 for Vanderwall. A big confidence builder. A strikeout would be for Dominguez right here. Dominguez sets on the mound. Gets the sign from Jones. Kicks and deals. Swung on. Vanderwall, hot shot right to the first baseman, Gartner, who snags it and is able to run to first and double up Hal Hughes. And so that is a big turn of events there, as 1 second there was no outs. Now there's 2 and just 1 runner on second for the Rivets. That was the 20th pitch of the inning for Kenwell Dominguez. Now he'll see Parker Kelly, made his debut a few days ago for the Rivets in Game 1 against Kalamazoo. That one just finds the strike zone. Count goes 0-1. Reback on second, a threat to steal at any moment. 16 steals on the year for him. Swung on by Kelly. It's going to be a high fly ball, and it looks like the second baseman, Baker, backing up, dives and makes the play, and a great snag by Will Baker there to get the Bombers out of the inning and keep any more Rivets runs from coming across the board. But it's 2-0 going into the bottom of the first here at C.O. Brown Stadium. It will be Will Baker to lead off the bottom of the first for the Battle Creek Bombers. And he will do it against Big Country on the mound, Tyler Thornton. Thornton going into his senior year at Faulkner University, Greenville, South Carolina native. 6'4", 280 pounds, and that's all you need to know why they call him Big Country. Called strike to start off his at-bat versus Will Baker, or his day on the mound versus Will Baker, the leadoff man. 2 appearances thus far, started against Lakeshore last Monday. Only allowed 2 earned runs, but that was all Lakeshore needed as they won 2-1. A high fly ball into foul territory, and not being able to make the catch is Pat Loeffler, the first baseman. It was a high one, and due to the matinee day game here on a Sunday, the sun definitely playing some tricks on the outfielders today. Luckily, it falls in foul territory, so count just goes 0-2 for Will Baker. It was only 1 hit for the Rockford Rivets in the top of the first, but it was enough to score 2 runs as the bases got loaded on an error, hit by pitch, and a walk. So Cole scoring from second, who reached on the hit by pitch and advanced to second on the walk of Reback. His run was earned. The error for Bunnell to reach was unearned. It's Baker taking that one to shallow right field. Good enough for a leadoff hit for the Battle Creek Bombers, so they're looking to crack back, and that's a way to start that out. Reback not enough to get under. It didn't hang in the air nearly long enough. Alec Cargan now up to the plate for the Battle Creek Bombers. Cargan is batting second in this order, the DH for the Bombers today. Henderson will bat third. Zach Gartner batting fourth and playing first base. Bailey in left field at 5. Thomas center field 6. The bottom 3 is Michael Brown, Terada, and Jones. That one's off the plate from Thornton. Counts 1-0. Yesterday, Cargan batted in the 2 spot as well. 1 ribby for him on a 1-for-4 day. Also scored himself. 2 strikeouts as well, though. And that one misses. Count goes 2-0. Alec Cargan out of Wofford, sophomore from Lawrenceville, Georgia. 6 foot, 185, bats from the left side. Pickoff attempt from Thornton over to Loeffler on first. Baker jumps back in there, standing up. 2-0 pitch coming to Cargan at the plate. Thornton sets and deals. Swing and a miss there from Cargan. All sorts of meat on that pitch from Thornton. Now counts 2-1 for Cargan, the DH. Hot day here. Temperature likely only going up today, as last night we had the luxury of it going down as the sun set. Tonight, as the afternoon sets in, it could probably get up to around 92 degrees here at C.O. Brown Stadium. That one misses off the plate. Counts now 3-1. Thornton on the brink of walking a batter and putting 2 on with no outs. His only other appearance on the year for Thornton after showing up a little bit late about a week and a half ago. Swung on, fouled back there by Cargan. Counts now full. Was against Battle Creek in a 3-2 win. He threw 3 innings, struck out 4, and walked 1 in the game that the Rivets would eventually walk off in the bottom of the 11th inning on a bloop single down the right field line by Joe Butler. Payoff pitch coming now to Cargan. 3-2, 1 on. 3-2 count. 1 on. Rivets lead the Bombers 2-0, bottom of the first with no outs. Thornton sets, Pickoff attempt over the first to keep Baker honest over there. Payoff pitch coming, fouled back by Cargan. Counts now 3-2 still. Hot day, probably getting some of the fans to think better of coming to this afternoon game, but still good amount of Bombers fans have made their way out to C.O. Brown Stadium to see if the Bombers can get the sweep on the Rivets. And as the Northwoods League standings stand right now, a win and these two teams will be tied for fourth place in the South Division. The playoff pitch again misses the strike zone. And Brock Mathis, the catcher, really tried to frame that one and couldn't get the call from the home plate umpire. Now Caleb Henderson making his way to the dish. Henderson played yesterday as well. Batted in the three spot as well. 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run. No walks, no strikeouts. Thornton sets, glances at Baker on second, and a swing and a miss from Caleb Henderson. He's behind 0-1. Second half inning in a row where the pitcher has loaded or put 2 on with no outs. Dominguez ended up walking the 3-batter for the Rivets, Brendan Reback, and loading the bases. Thus, Hal Hughes was able to get a 2 RBI single when he got up to the plate. The 0-1 to Henderson. Swing and a miss there. Big pitcher scout for Tyler Thornton. Let's see what he does with the 0-2. Henderson batting .328 on the year. That's the reason why we see him in the 3 spot for the Bombers. One hit for each team thus far. 2 runs for the Rivets, none for the Bombers. The 0-2 swung on and missed, and a big strikeout for Big Country to get his first out of the inning here. And on long innings like this, Dominguez had the same thing. It's going to be interesting to see how the pitchers respond in the kind of heat that they're facing right now. Got to make sure to stay hydrated when they get the chance on the bench. Also, how the catchers respond. Brock Mathis was not looking forward to putting on the catcher's gear in the kind of heat that we're going to see today, but nonetheless, he's out there, and his talk with Tyler Thornton after walking the last batter, maybe what helped spur that 3-pitch strikeout. Called strike there against Zach Gartner. Gartner started the game at DH yesterday. Ended up moving to first base for the final inning of work. He was 1 for 3, scored twice. Scored twice and walked once. Batting .324 on the year is Gartner. Henderson, Gartner, and Cargan, who's on first right now, are the 3 Bombers in the starting lineups with above 300 batting averages. Swing and a miss there from Gartner. Now he's behind 0-2 with 1 out. Defensive alignment for the Rockford Rivets. Cole, Reback, and Vanderwall make up the outfield. Parker, Kelly, Hal, Hughes are third and short. Justin Walker at second. Pat Leffler first. And Brock Mathis behind the plate. The 0-2 called strike 3. And Zach Gartner knew it. He immediately saw that one go down the pipe and then started walking to the dugout. Now Connor Bailey, after two straight 3-pitch strikeouts from Thornton to regain his control on the mound here. And so both pitchers with a little trouble early, But after Dominguez cracked on the Hal Hughes single, he was able to regain his control with a double play and a fly out on a great catch by the second baseman for the Bombers. First pitch there, called strike. 7 straight strikes thrown by Tyler Thornton on the mound. He's coming at these batters. A lot of them have been swinging, but a lot of them haven't missed the strike zone by much. The 0-1 now to Connor Bailey. Swings on that one, and it's going to be a slow chop to Hal Hughes, who will throw to second and get the fielder's choice and the play at second. So Thornton bends, but does not break. Big country got a goose egg for the bottom of the first. Back here, first pitch to Pat Leffler, batting in the 7th spot and playing first base for the Rivets, is a ball. Counts 1-0 for the Indiana infielder. That one called strike. Count goes even now. Kenuel Dominguez struggled in the first inning, put 3 on. One of those was not his fault. It was an error by the second baseman, but nonetheless put 3 on with no outs. Hal Hughes got a grounder just beyond the outstretched glove of the Bombers' third shortstop, Terada. That brought home Cole and Bunnell. But since then, he got a double play and a fly out to the second baseman. Got himself out of the jam with no more damage done. But nonetheless, 2-0. Rockford Rivets lead the Battle Creek Bombers here, top second. Pat Leffler up. It's the 2-2 fouled back. Count stays at 2-2, slaps on the overhang above the press box and stands here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Another 2-2 coming for him. Nobody on, nobody out. He's the leadoff batter of the inning. 2-2, that one misses, low and outside. Count's now full at 3-2. Got behind 3-2. Pat Leffler, one of the weird numbers for him, 8 times being hit by a pitch this year. The payoff pitch, high in the zone, and Pat Leffler will walk to first. And so the second batter to fall behind with 2 strikes and gnaw back into the count and is able to walk, just like Brendan Reback did in the first inning, which helped lead to the 2 RBI single by Hal Hughes. That is the difference right now. Second straight game in which the Rivets put up 2 in the top of the first. Last night it was Pat Leffler, or excuse me, it was Ryan Cole scoring and Jacob Vanderwall scoring. And a line out there by Brock Mathis on the first pitch and almost doubled off. It went right to third base. It went right to first. Pat Leffler was caught too far over in the second straight line out double play. But instead it will just be 1 gone. And probably lucky, because if that one would have hit the turf or hit the infield dirt, it could have been a double play for the Rivets, or for the Bombers against the Rivets. The 0-0 now to Walker, the number 9 hitter. He puts down a bunt, fouls it back. Counts 0-1 still, trying to get Leffler into scoring position on second. Walker yesterday was the third baseman. Batted in the 9th spot as well, 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. That one called strike here. Counts now 0-2 for both pitchers and batters. That strike zone has really crept to what is the outside for left-handed batters, inside for right-handed batters. That one way outside. Not going to fall inside the strike zone there, even with the kind of boost on the edge. Counts now 1-2. Leffler still on first after a leadoff walk. The 1-2. Swings and makes contact with that one. Down the first base line. Gartner has trouble with it over on first. Bobbles it, gets it. Probably trying to think too much about what to do in terms of how he could turn 2. That might have been what sunk his ship there, but he is able to receive it and tag first for the second out of the inning. Leffler advances to second. He's on with 2 away here, top of the second. Rivets lead 2-0 over the Battle Creek Bombers. Back to the top of the lineup. Cade Bunnell last time reached on an error by the second baseman, Will Baker. The 0-0 now from Dominguez. Called strike in there. Count goes 0-1 for Bunnell. Bunnell got the day off yesterday. Day before, he threw some pitches. And day before that, he also threw the final inning of work for the Rivets, as well as starting as the DH. That one's going to be right to the shortstop, Terada, and it's going to get by Terada, and it will be scored as an E6. So for the second time, an unearned run crosses across the plate, as that should have been the third out of the inning if Terada fields that cleanly. Instead, Leffler comes across and scores from second for the Rockford Rivets, and that's one of the reasons you keep your head up and just run, and that's exactly what Leffler did and was able to score. Swung on first pitch by Ryan Cole, going to go foul down the third base line. Manager Brian Smith, the third base coach over there, to snag that one. So Bunnell, second time he's reached on an error. But hey, you'll get on any way you can, right? 3-0 here now, top of the second. Ryan Cole at the plate. That one again on that inside edge for right-handed batters, and getting the call from the home plate umpire here. Counts now 0-2 for Ryan Cole with 2 outs. Cole yesterday 0 for 3, walked twice, scored a run. He scored a run today as well, as he got hit by a pitch and later scored. The 0-2 coming from the righty Dominguez. Off the plate outside for Ryan Cole. The zone hasn't really been extended by the home plate umpire off that way that much, but it's been consistent for both pitchers thus far where it is, and so being a good pitcher is all about figuring out where the umpire's preferred strike zone is and finding your pitches in a spot that matches that. Another ball low there, counts now 2-2. Ryan Cole, like Brendan Riebeck, so good at working back in these counts and being able to check swing there, doesn't go. The appeal over to first, says no go. Now counts full. So good at driving back from being down the count. Cole was behind 0-2 and has held back. Almost went that time on a little bit of a half check swing there, but not enough. Count is full at 3-2 with 2 outs for Ryan Cole and a runner on first. Cole trying to reach base. Second time. And so Dominguez, 20th pitch of the inning, 42nd of the day. He's struggling, finding his accuracy here. And now Brendan Riebeck will make his way up to the plate. Riebeck last time up, he got behind 1-2 and was able to hold off on the trouble that Dominguez put himself in and get on to first via the walk. 3-0 here, top of the second. Rivets lead the Battle Creek Bombers. First pitch for Dominguez, swinging and over the head of the man on second, Baker, and it will be an RBI single as Bunnell comes around and scores, and Cole gets to third. So another 2-run inning for the Rockford Rivets. It's 4-0 here at C.O. Brown Stadium over the Bombers. Just enough under it. Riebeck goes first pitch swinging. He gets himself to first on the single, just over the head of Will Baker. Hal Hughes now at the plate. Bunnell with the hustle coming around to score. Cole heads up base running. Expect nothing less from him. Gets to third, and now runners on the corners, 2 outs, 4-0 ball game here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Top of the second. Hal Hughes. Riebeck is going on first. That one was to be expected pretty much. And it will be a stolen base for Brendan Riebeck, his 17th of the year. And it was a ball on the pitch. Count goes 1-0. And Riebeck, one of the fastest guys in the Northwoods League, probably slightly behind Augie Isaacson of Duluth, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty close between the two of them. I love to see him go head-to-head in a 60-yard dash. That one fouled back. Counts now 1-1 for Hal Hughes. He had the first RBIs on the day, 2 ribbies for him. Count now 1-1. That one off the plate, counts now 2-1. Canuel Dominguez at 46 on the day, 24th of the inning. 25th pitch of the inning upcoming. Hal Hughes batting .240 on the season. The 2-1. With 2 outs here, runners on second and third. Thought about it, didn't go. Misses outside, count goes 3-1. Sean White behind the plate. As part of the umpiring crew today, Nelson Fraley over on third, and over on first is Cass Cousins. The 3-1 swung on and missed by Hal Hughes. Counts now full at 3-2 for Hal Hughes at the plate. Dominguez's 49th pitch of his day upcoming, 27th of the inning for Dominguez on the mound, struggling to find his control and some clutch hitting by the Rivets when they need it. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and so Dominguez gets out of the inning, but another two-spot put up by the Rivets, and they lead 4-0 here going into the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss to start off the second inning of work for Tyler Thornton against Jalen Thomas, now the center fielder for the Battle Creek Bombers. The 0-1. Check swing there. Called strike anyway. Count goes 0-2. Swung on. That one's going to go right to Hal Hughes at short. Holds his glove out at the last minute on an awkward hop and snags it and throws to first for out number one. Great defensive play by Hal Hughes. We expect nothing less from what we've seen early in the season by Hal Hughes, just showing up from LSU after their postseason ended in the regional. One out now. Away, and Michael Brown up to the plate. Brown started at right field yesterday as well. 2 for 4 with a ribby, batting .277 on the year. The 0-0 with one out coming from Thornton to Brown. That one called strike. Count goes 0-1. Still at 90 degrees here. Some clouds in the sky, but not in the way of the sun to give these players some relief from the unbearable heat and warmth that they're facing out on the diamond. That's a swing and a miss there. And he definitely went. They did appeal over to first, but looks pretty clear from up here on the swing and a miss from Brown. Now 0-2. Thornton allowed 2 base runners early, but since then has been absolutely gutty on the mound and just coming right at batters. That one misses outside. Thornton's pitch to strike ratio right now is at 79% compared to Dominguez's 57%. 24 pitches thrown, 19 of them have been strikes. The 1-2 upcoming to Brown. Swing and a miss and make it 20 strikes. And another strikeout for Tyler Thornton. Big country on the mound. Wow, he's showing up today. 80% strike ratio for him. And now he sees the number 8 hitter, Riley Tirada, the shortstop, allowed a leadoff hit and then walked the next batter. Was able to get 2 strikeouts and a ground out to end it. Tirada trying to bunt for a hit. He's going to put it right to the third baseman, who throws over to first, and it will be a tough play for the first baseman, Pat Leffler, to make on the hard throw from Parker Kelly, and it will be counted as an infield single, as he had to rush the throw there to get Tirada over at first. So Tirada on first now. Mason Jones, the number 9 hitter today, the catcher, 6'2", 200-pound out of Trevecca Nazarene, freshman, originally from Smyrna, Georgia. Batting 143 on the year, 21 at-bats, 3 hits. That one goes low and away. Count goes 1-0. Pickoff attempt over to first, and kind of a close play there as Tirada was just starting to lead off a little bit more and take a jump over there when Thornton threw over to Leffler on first. Had to slide in to make sure he was safe. The 1-0 now to Mason Jones. Swing and a high fly ball. It will be Cole over there in left, camping under it for out number 3, and the score stays at 4-0 going into the top of the third. new pitcher for the Battle Creek Bombers here. First pitch in there, misses for a ball. It's Ty Pecchioli. Leaves the pronunciation of that one. 6'4", 180 pounds, out of Marion University, making his debut as a Rivet today, or as a Bomber today. First pitch to Vanderwall is a ball. Second pitch is fouled back, so counts 1-1. Last season, in 10 career appearances, he started 5 games, 1-2 record, 26 and 1/3 innings pitched, and an 8.89 ERA on 20 strikeouts. Called strike there, counts now 1-2 for Jacob Vanderwall. Pecchioli out of Gurnee, Illinois, Warren Township High School, left-handed pitcher, and a high fly ball on the first contact from Vanderwall. It will be tracking back and hitting on the wall. Jalen Thomas can't get under it, and a double by Jacob Vanderwall and a wave to the bench as he continues his road hit streak now at 14 games. Every road game he's played in, he's been able to get on base on a hit. And a leadoff double, and already some trouble for the new pitcher for the Battle Creek Bombers. Ball there, misses versus Parker Kelly, 0 for 1. The bunt where Tirada was able to get on base was changed actually in the half inning. It was credited as an error on Parker Kelly as he threw it in the dirt, and Pat Leffler was not able to scoop it up. 1-0 pitch, 1-0 count upcoming to Kelly, 0 for 1 today. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong page when I was looking at Pecchioli's stats. He is going into his senior year at Marion. His most recent year, a 2.56 ERA. Misses there. Count goes 2-0. He started 4 games, 9 appearances, had a 4-1 record, 38 2/3 innings pitched, and 34 strikeouts to 20 walks. His freshman year is when he had the 8.89 ERA. Sophomore year, 5.97, and then junior year, 2.56. So getting better every year is Piccoli. That one goes on the outside, blocked well by the catcher Jones, but the count goes 3-0, and Jones is going to go talk with his new pitcher, who only allowed 1 home run in this entire spring season for Marion. And it was, if it gets a little bit farther for Vanderwall, it goes over the wall and doesn't slap on the warning track instead. And he could be trotting around the bases right now. The 3-0. Misses low and in the dirt, scooped up by Jones, so Vanderwall will not advance, but it will be Parker Kelly getting on with a 4-pitch walk. So already some trouble early here, and a sticky situation, just like Dominguez got himself first and second. All the pitchers that have played today on either side, Thornton for the Rivets and Dominguez and now Piccioli for the Bombers, have in their first inning put runners on first and second with no outs. Now it will be Pat Leffler trying to bunt for hit. Getting the force out over at third is Pecchioli. A good fielder's choice by there to get the force out, as Leffler put a little too much on the bunt, and it went too quickly to right back to Pecchioli, who was able to make the call and get the lead runner. But Kelly now on second, Leffler on first. Brock Mathis at the plate. Took the first pitch he saw last time to line out to the third baseman. Here's the 0-0 with 1 out and 2 on. Swing and a miss there from Brock Mathis. 10th pitch of the day for Pecchioli. It was Josh Rebant making the call for the Bombers to put in the new pitcher, but he's really going to have to either get some innings for Pecchioli here or have to start to make some plans for how he's going to work through this game with the bullpen being tapped into early. Maybe the heat getting to pitcher Kenwell Dominguez after 2 long innings there for him where he threw just a hair under 50 pitches. The 1-1 now to Brock Mathis. Thought about it, didn't go, called strikeout, now 1-2 for Mathis. Like I mentioned, 0 for 1 today with a line out. They made a good call in relief yesterday, bringing on Jordan Rhodes, who ended up picking up the win. The sophomore out of McDaniel College was grooving on the mound. 1-2 to Brock Mathis, swings on, high fly ball. Couldn't get down in foul territory. It will get down in foul territory. First baseman Gartner, the right fielder Brown, both charging on it. Neither of them able to get to it in time, but luckily it does drop in foul territory. That bunt by Leffler, C.O. Brown Stadium, one of the few stadiums I've seen in the South Division of the Northwoods League that has that strip of dirt from the mound to home plate. And it hit right on that and was able to roll to Pecchioli on the mound pretty quickly. If we're playing a Rivets Stadium, maybe it dies in the grass and it turns into a sacrifice bunt, but instead it went quickly enough to Pecchioli on the mound. He was able to throw to third and get the lead runner, Vanderwall. That one's a ball, misses in the dirt. Count goes 2-2. 15th pitch of the inning upcoming. 1 out. Runners on first and second. 4-0 lead for the Rockford Rivets over the Battle Creek Bombers. The 2-2 now from Pecchioli. Misses outside. Doesn't go. Check swing. Barely holds back there. Does Brock Mathis. Temperature now 91 degrees in Battle Creek. The payoff pitch with runners on first and second and 1 out. Here it is to Mathis. Inside, and it will be a walk to load the bases. So a lead-off double to start the inning. And the Battle Creek Bomber career for the new pitcher, Pecchioli. Then, so a leadoff double, Vanderwall got on second, then a walk got Kelly to first. A sacrifice bunt gone wrong gets the lead runner, Vanderwall, at third, but Kelly and Leffler at first, and now a walk for Mathis puts the bases loaded. First pitch swinging from Justin Walker, the switch hitter, batting from the right side for the first time today against the lefty, Pecchioli. Batted as a left-hander against the righty Kenwell Dominguez in his first at-bat, and in that at-bat grounded out to the first baseman Gartner. 0-1, swung on and missed, but it will be a wild pitch. And it will get away from the catcher, so the count goes to 0-2, but Kelly comes home and scores, and the Rivets have scored every inning thus far this game. Leffler advances to third. Mathis advances to second. So Walker will still with a chance to do some damage looking at the 0-2. Here's the pitch to Walker. Inside and trouble finding it for Mason Jones, but he does smother it just enough to get the runner at third, Leffler, to stay there. Leffler has stolen home this year, and it was Walker that helped him do so. With runners on the corners in Kenosha, a pickoff attempt to try and get Walker over on first base turned into a pickle. Leffler was able to sneak home and score. Swung on there. It should be 1 out. It will be a 6-3 ground out, but Leffler will come home and score. So the runners advance. Mathis advances to third. And for the third straight inning, 2 runs come across for the Rockford Rivets. They now lead 6-0 over the Bombers here in the top of the third. Hey, if this 2-run inning trend continues, I'll tell you what, it could be a trend that I'll be on board for. As now the trainer coming on to talk with Pecchioli on the mound, I believe, as he seems a little famished on the mound, and time to get some water out to him as he's wiping himself off and going to take a big swig of water from his water bottle, and definitely something to keep an eye on as they put a wet cloth around his neck now and are taking care of him. While this gets figured out with, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with a runner on third, 2 outs. Rivets have already put up 2 this inning. They lead 6-0 over the Bombers. So it will be Pecchioli to stay out there after getting some medical treatment. Very likely something that has to do with the heat. And he's going to see the lefty Cade Bonnell, who reached on an error in each of his at-bats before, first by the second baseman Baker, and then second by the shortstop Tirada. The 0-1. That one misses in the dirt. Counts 1-1 now. Slight shift on for Bonnell, batting from the left side. Second baseman in the shallow outfield, right on the edge of the dirt and grass in right field. As the ball misses, air count goes 2-1. And the shortstop Tirada is just a hair to the left of second base. There's a big gap if he can go the opposite way on a ground ball. Another miss from Pecchioli on the mound, and he's really struggling. And with the heat that he's feeling, there's some more action going on in the Bombers bullpen. They're really going to have to piece this together, as they were probably hoping to get some good innings from Pecchioli, as he had not played yet this summer. But a swing and a miss there. Count goes 3-2. Rivets trying to split the series with the Bombers after losing 7-4 last night. They've already almost put up 7 against the Bombers. Today, leading 6-3 with the would-be seventh runner on third right now. Bonnell breaking ball misses. He's going to walk. That one just misses. It could have been a huge strikeout to get out of the inning for Pecchioli on the mound, and Mason Jones is going to take off his mask and say a few more words to Pecchioli. It cannot feel good to go through these long innings that Mason Jones has been going through behind the plate in all the catcher's gear. First pitch to Cole. Called strike on the inside edge. Home plate umpire John White is really loving those calls on that inside edge. The 0-1. Swung on. Going to be a ground ball. Terada could end the inning if he fields and throws cleanly. It does throw right on the money and right in time to get the speedster Cole for the final out of the inning. But two more come across. The Rivets lead 6-0 going into the bottom of the third. Will Baker will lead it off for the Battle Creek Bombers here in the bottom of the third inning. Single to center field. The only Bomber with a hit thus far today was a leadoff hit. Since then, Tyler Thornton, other than a walk, has not allowed a base runner. Let's see if Will Baker can find it again and be able to spark some sort of comeback. It will be a high fly ball to right field. Vanderwall doesn't look like he's having that much trouble with it. Snags it in right, so makes positive contact with it, which is what a lot of Bombers have struggled which is what a lot of Bombers have struggled with against Thornton. But nonetheless goes into the glove of Vanderwall in right for out number one. Alec Cargan batting from the left side. He walked his last time up, was the last base runner that Thornton has allowed. Since then, he's retired 5 straight Bombers. Swung on, fouled back. Cargan, one of 3 above 300 pitchers in the starting lineup for the Bombers today. Batting .342 on the year, leads the team. Called strike there, counts now 0-2 for Cargan. Played catcher yesterday, got the day off wearing the gear behind the plate in 91-degree weather today. So I'm sure he's thankful for that he gets to spend the defensive halves of the inning in the dugout. Ooh, just misses high. Thornton going right at him, trying to put a ball enough for Cargan to swing on. Just misses high in the zone. Counts now 1-2 after the first ball of the at-bat. The 1-2. That one hits Cargan, so he's going to reach base on a hit by pitch, and the streak of 5 straight retired batters will end. Excuse me, it was actually 7 straight retired batters because he reached base with no outs in the top of the first. Bombers need some sort of offensive explosion here soon. Yesterday they were down 2-0, and they were spurred on by 4 runs in the bottom of the fourth. They're going to need that and more as Thornton throws a pickoff attempt over to first. The Rockford Rivets came back. They put 2 runs of their own in the top of the 6th across, but a 3-run bottom of the 7th put the nail in the coffin against the Rockford Rivets. Called strike there. Count goes 0-1 against Caleb Henderson. 6th pitch of the inning for Tyler Thornton. So Baker flied out to right field to start this inning. Cargan was hit by a pitch. And an interesting storyline to see the swing and a miss there from Caleb Henderson. The action stopping in the Battle Creek Bombers bullpen. It should be interesting to see if we see Pecchioli come back for the Battle Creek Bombers. 6-0 here. Bottom of the third. The Rivets lead the Battle Creek Bombers. Bombers have 1 on with 1 away here in the bottom half of the inning. Thornton gets the sign. Sets and deals. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Big Country as Caleb Henderson goes down fishing against the South Carolina pitcher. Out of South Carolina, goes to Faulkner University in Alabama. Now it will be Zach Gartner making his way to the plate. Gartner wears the number 33, 0 for 1 today. That one misses just on the inside. Usually John White's been calling those strikes, but that one might have been a little high and outside the liking of White. The 1-0. Swing and a miss there from Gartner. Counts now 1-1. Big Country. Tyler Thornton last time out only allowed 2 runs, but it was enough to give him the loss, so he does have an 0-1 record right now, and I'm sure that's why he's come out firing right now, and with the run support he has right now, if nothing changes, he will be credited with the win on the day. Pickoff attempt over to Cargan is not in time. Another 1-1. Swing on and missed. Counts now 1-2. Yesterday, game lasted 2 hours, 40 minutes. We are at 1 hour and 15 on the day now. The 1-2 coming from Big Country to Zach Gartner. Swung on and foul down the right field line. Count stays 1-2. Bottom of the first for Madison and Green Bay. Another South Division game going on right now. All knotted up at zeros. And Eau Claire and Bismarck in the north are also at zeros up at Bismarck Municipal Ballpark. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and Big Country sends him down fishing yet again. We'll be right back for the top of the fourth. Carter Bear now on the mound after Pecchielli was pulled, maybe for performance, maybe because of health. Nonetheless, it will be a new pitcher in the top of the fourth for the Battle Creek Bombers. Carter Bear misses with the first pitch outside to Brennan Reback. That one misses as well. Counts 2-0 for Reback, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Bear out of Mid-Tennessee State. The Blue Raider last appeared against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders a couple days ago. Strike there. Count goes 2-1. Through 2/3 innings, allowed 4 earned runs. Struck out 6, walked 4. So some control issues maybe for Bear coming into this game. That one is fouled back. Count goes 2-2. 6 strikeouts on the year compared to 12 walks for the Mid-Tennessee State sophomore, standing 6'4", 205 pounds. And his longest outing thus far was 3 innings against the Lakeshore Chinooks, where he only allowed 1 hit. Swing and a miss there from Reback. And so he gets a guy that doesn't strike out very often to strike out there, and a good start for him. Really not a lot of people have been able to get hits off of him. He's only allowed 4 on the year in 8 innings pitched. Never allowing more than 2 in an outing, but that big earned run total from Fond du Lac a couple days ago, where he allowed 4 earned runs. He also allowed 3 against Kenosha. Called strike there, and Bear is cooking the first Battle Creek Bomber pitcher to get the leadoff batter of the inning out. That one goes inside on Hal Hughes, almost got him. Count goes 1-1. 7.87 ERA. If he's able to get through this inning, it'll drop down to 7. The 1-1 to Hughes. That one low and in the dirt and inside. Counts 2-1. 6-0. Rockford Rivets lead the Battle Creek Bombers here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Cereal City, USA. The Rivets have scored 2 runs in each of the innings prior to this one. Now with 1 out and nobody on top of the 4th. That one is going to be a diving attempt in center field by Jalen Thomas, and he had a couple of highlight reel plays yesterday, not able to make the snag there, and it will be a base hit for Hal Hughes. 2 for 3 on the day as the LSU shortstop. Also doing good work on the defensive side of the diamond, and it will just be credited as a single, as Jalen Thomas had to really stretch to make that play on a fly ball to shallow center field. Carter Bear will throw the 10th pitch of the day upcoming. Vanderwall, last time up, doubled to center field. Just missed a home run, and that time he goes right to the first baseman Gartner, who throws to Terada, and back to Bear covering. So a 3-6-1 double play to end the inning. And the first scoreless inning for the Rockford Rivets against the Battle Creek Bombers. We'll be right back. Connor Bailey will lead off the bottom of the fourth here. And it was the bottom of the fourth that the Rivets went into last night leading 2-0. And they lost the lead on a 4-run rally by the Battle Creek Bombers. That was kind of sparked by a miscommunication in right center field that between Vanderwall and between Vanderwall and Cole. Now it's Vanderwall and Reback in right center field. They played together at Central Arizona this year, so maybe a little better communication between those two. Cole's in left field now. Reback and Cole has worked together a lot in the outfield as well, but with Reback being the usual in center field, a little sort of rare run-in by Vanderwall and Cole, and they weren't able to make the play. Nobody called it. Nobody called anybody off of it, and it plopped down right in between them. 1-2 pitch upcoming to Connor Bailey from Tyler Thornton. His 45th pitch of the day will be a grounder to Hal Hughes at short, who will throw over to first, and it will be an infield single for Connor Bailey, who hustles that one out. And that's a lot to ask from a guy to do in 91-degree weather. Really stretching himself out to get the first batter of the inning, or the second batter of the inning. First batter of the inning on with the leadoff infield single. So now Jalen Thomas, 0 for 1 today, will make his way to the dish. Thornton, pickoff attempt over to Bailey. He's back in standing. Last night, Jalen Thomas was the player of the game for the Battle Creek Bombers. Was 2 for 4 with the 3 RBI double that cleared the bases when they were loaded. And now a hit by pitch to start off that at-bat. And so all of a sudden, it might be deja vu for the Rockford Rivets with some bottom of the fourth inning struggles. Tyler Thornton has allowed the first 2 batters of an inning to get on before, and that was in the bottom of the first. He was able to strike out the next 2 and get a fielder's choice on the final out of the inning. So no stranger to this situation. Big Country trying to get out of this inning in as little work as possible. 46 pitches on the day for Big Country. The 0-0 as he sets and deals. That one low in the zone, misses, counts 1-0. Thornton not throwing a lot of balls today. His strike percentage is 74% compared to 57, 60, and 50 for the 3 Bombers pitchers that we've seen today. The 1-0. That one in there for a called strike. And it'll bring his percentage up to a good 75%. 1-1 upcoming from Thornton to Brown. Bailey on second. He reached on an infield single. Thomas got on first with a hit by pitch. The 1-1. That one misses, as it was just missing high, and count goes 2-1. Rock Mathis with a little bit of an effort to try and frame it, but can't get the call from home plate umpire John White. Brown sets at the plate. Open stance for Brown, and he sees the 2-1. That one called strike, counts now 2-2. And Big Country on the mound, 1 strike away from getting his first out of the inning. Last night, Michael Brown 2 for 4 with an RBI. Chance to get one here. A base hit will most likely score Connor Bailey from second. Be the first run of the day for the Battle Creek Bombers. The 2-2. Swung on. It's going to be a high fly ball, and it's going to get down in right field. And some trouble for Vanderwall. And it will score Bailey, and Jalen Thomas will advance to third. And Big Country has shown his first cracks on the day here in the bottom of the fourth, just like Keeter did last night. A single there advances Bailey around. And they got Thomas to third. Runners on the corners. No outs here. The 0-0 to Riley Tirada. Goes right down the middle. Called strike. Count goes 0-1. Runners on the corners. Brown on first. Thomas on third. 6-1 the score now here at C.O. Brown Stadium. First run of the day for the Bombers, coming off the RBI single from Michael Brown. Another pickoff attempt over to first, and again Brown is in there safe. Thomas peeking over there every time he throws a pickoff attempt, taking a few steps off at third to see if he can be able to punctuate on some sort of mental error, maybe if Leffler or Thornton forget about him on third. That ball misses high. Count goes 1-1. No outs here. Bottom of the fourth inning, 6-1. Runners on the corners with Riley Tirada, the shortstop, at the plate, batting in the 8th spot. That pitch is in there for a strike. Count goes 1-2. 13 pitches thrown this inning for Tyler Thornton. It was a single, a hit by pitch, and a single that scored the runner. That one swung on, high fly ball, going to go out of play. Down the right field line for a foul ball. Count goes 1-2. The Rockford Rivets will spend the night in Battle Creek tonight, and then head tomorrow to Kalamazoo, Michigan, not far from here, to start a 2-game series against the Growlers after just finishing one up 2 days ago. Swung on, and again fouled down the right field line. Count stays at 1-2. That was the 15th pitch of the inning for Tyler Thornton. Only 4 hits for the Rockford Rivets, but a couple timely walks and errors that the Rivets have capitalized on have led them to the 6-1 lead now over the Bombers. Runners on the corners, bottom of the fourth, no outs. Swung on and again fouled back, and it is a gritty at-bat from Tirada to keep staying alive against Thornton, as it seems a cloud has blocked off the sun just a little bit, and I'm sure Thornton and everybody out there on the diamond is thankful for that. Let's hope it stays in the way of the sun for a while, but the way the temperature's been going, that is very unlikely. Ball low in the dirt, counts now even at 2-2. Long at bat from Tirada, grinding away, trying to get a pitch he can hit from Tyler Thornton. Thornton trying to get his first out of the inning with runners on the corners. One already coming home. This inning scores 6-1 in advantage of the Rivets. Time called. That one looked like it hit the zone. Probably what would have been a called strike if Tirada wouldn't have swung. But instead it was the time right before he threw, and we're going to see a little bit of a mulligan. No action going on in the Rivets bullpen. Brian Smith pretty confident that Big Country can regain his control here and finish this out with minimum damage. The 2-2 swung on there, and it will get by Justin Walker at second. Michael Brown will consider rounding, and will be back in there safe. So another one does come across, 6-2 here. With still no outs, Brian Smith's going to go talk to Tyler Thornton real quick. And while he does that, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Bottom of the second, 2-6 here. The Rivets lead the Bombers. Now it will be Mason Jones with 2 on and no outs here, bottom of the 4th. And a high fly ball to start it off, and it's going to go right to the third baseman, Parker Kelly. And so a 1 pitch out there, and very thankful, I'm sure, is Tyler Thornton that he was able to put that one away, Mason Jones away with only 1 pitch used. And now it's going to be back to the top of the order and some trouble probably for Tyler Thornton at the mound. He's facing off against the best Rivets, or the best Bombers bats right now, and he's going to need a start by putting down Will Baker if he gets the chance. 1 for 2 today is Baker with a fly out and a single. Baker playing second today, listed as an outfielder on the Bombers roster, stands 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Lee's Summit, Missouri. Swings on the first pitch, fouls it back, counts 0-1. On the season, batting .275, has struck out 18 times and walked 9, 13 ribbies, and 1 home run for Will Baker. Ball State junior, teammates in college with Rockford Rivets reliever Nolan Gazowski. 0-1 finds the outside of the strike zone. Count goes 0-2. Bombers need a hit here to draw it within possibly 3, and they could, with 1 more run, could cut the Rivets lead in half from 6-0 to 6-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning here. And a big attempt there, a big leadoff from Michael Brown over on second, and very smart of Tyler Thornton to pull off the mound and force Michael Brown to go back. Here's the pitch. That one right on the inside of the zone, misses. Count goes 1-2 for Will Baker. Tying run essentially on deck. It is Alec Cargan, the DH, reached base in both of his at-bats, both of his plate appearances thus far today. The Wofford sophomore would love a crack. That one misses the zone, and Brock Mathis really trying to get the frame on it, and John White does not approve of that pitch. Count goes 2-1. 1 out here, bottom of the 4th. Runners on first and second. Michael Brown on second, and Terada on first. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Now it's 24 pitches on this inning for Thornton. Only 2 runs across, but it's been an 8-pitch at bat by Michael Brown that has really cranked up his pitch count, and he should really try and start to get out of this inning quickly, or else he could be in trouble for the rest of the game. Still nobody warming up in the Rivets bullpen. The 2-2 swung on, and it's going to be fair down the third base line. Brown's going to come home, and safe at third is Terada, and so it will be an RBI double down the left field line, and that might be what gets a call to the bullpen to start warming up, as Thornton really showing some cracks here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and really seems to be the inning that these Rivets have struggled at C.O. Brown Stadium after allowing 4 last night. 3 have come across tonight, and there's 2 outs, or there's 1 out and 2 on. Just beyond the outstretched glove of Parker Kelly at third was that one. Terada at third and Baker at second. They both got speed. First pitch there, inside of the strike zone, called strike. And now that pitch that missed just high for home plate umpire John White that Brock Mathis tried to frame in the zone, is so important, as it is the difference between an RBI and not, as a swing and a miss there by Cargan. Count goes 0-2. A strikeout here takes away the sacrifice opportunity for the Bombers, but a fly ball to the outfield could likely score Terada at third. The 0-2 with 1 out, runners on second and third upcoming. 6-3, Rivets lead the Bombers. That one's going to be a ground ball. Justin Walker can't make the play, and it will be a single, and 2 runs will score for the Bombers, and all of a sudden it's 6-5 here, and definitely action getting going in the bullpen. It's Tanner Probst on the mound, getting in some warm-up pitches, and Brock Mathis is going to go talk with Tyler Thornton on the mound. That one was just a slow ground ball that just got beyond the outstretched glove of Justin Walker, and enough to score Terada and score Baker, the leadoff man, and now go-ahead run at the plate, tying run at first. All sorts of trouble here in this bottom of the fourth. Open stance from Caleb Henderson. He'll see the 0-0. Swung on, high fly ball. Can it get down to the gap? Reback chasing it down, and it's going to go over the fence, and the Bombers take the lead now on a Caleb Henderson home run to left center field. And all of a sudden, after the Rivets were in control this whole game, they have lost it, and the train has come off the tracks for Big Country here. Took the first pitch swinging to Caleb Henderson, and with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth, the Rivets now losing 7-5. That one goes high. Count goes 1-0. Zach Gardner at the plate, 0 for 2 today. So if Thornton's going to get a second out, this will be the guy to do it against. High fly ball. And Leffler's going to call him off and snag that one for the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning. Pop fly out to Pat Leffler over at first, and an 0-0 count now coming for Connor Bailey with nobody on here, and the Rivets losing 7-6 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Both teams are most likely going to be into their bullpen after the next inning. First pitch there on the outside corner, called strike. Count goes 0-1. 6-0 going into the bottom of the fourth. 7 unanswered runs all this inning. Her score is now 7-6. Fouled back. Count goes 0-2. So all of a sudden, Thornton, who was slated to get the win here has allowed enough runs to be in spot for the loss unless his offense can save him. Still could get the win if he finishes out this inning and then his offense takes the lead in the top of the fifth. But a high fly ball there to center field. Reback has a chance. It will be on the beyond the outstretched glove of Reback, and a double for Connor Bailey. And it almost got over the fence there in center field, and was another run for the Rivets. And now Brian Smith making the call to the bullpen here. So Tyler Thornton, a tough game for him. And it will be Tanner Probst coming on here, I believe, in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs as he throws his warm-ups. We'll be right back to bring you the report on Tanner Probst and the final line for Tyler Thornton. Tanner Probst will start it off against the righty Jalen Thomas here. First pitch is a little bit outside. Can't get the call from White behind the plate. Count goes 1-0. Probst 1-1 on the year, 3.0 ERA. Only allowing 2 or 3 earned runs on the year in 9 innings pitched. That is how you get the 3.0 ERA. 10 strikeouts, 11 walks, 5 hits allowed. Average against him is 161. He has a runner on second now and 2 outs trying to get out of this inning versus Jalen Thomas, who got hit by a pitch and was part of this big rally for the Battle Creek Bombers. Called strike there. Count goes 1-1. The final line for Tyler Thornton, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, 7 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. Swing and a miss there from Jalen Thomas, who is over 1 today, like I mentioned, with that hit by pitch. And a ground out to Hal Hughes over there at short. Bailey on second has the wheels to get home on a base hit and put the Bombers up 2. The 1-2 coming from Probst to Jalen Thomas. Bailey's going. That one's on the outside. And the throw is just a little bit late, so Bailey has stolen third. Count now is 2-2 for Jalen Thomas over out at the dish. He's got a runner in third now. A base hit will definitely, definitely with 2 outs, bring home Bailey. The 2-2 coming to Thomas. Swung on and missed, and Probst gets out of the inning, but 7 come across for the Battle Creek Bombers, and this game is a completely different ball game. The Rivets offense needs to answer in the top of the 5th. It will be Parker Kelly to lead off the top of the 5th for the Rivets, needing to answer a 7-run bottom of the 4th by the Battle Creek Bombers, and capped off by a Henderson bomb suitably to left center field. And now Parker Kelly, the first Rivet, looks at a 1-1 pitch up coming from Carter Bear to see what he can do about it. Bear in spot to get the win right now if the score does not change. But let's see what the Rivets offense, they went down in 10 pitches, 1, 2, 3 last inning. Kelly swings on that one, going to even up the count at 2-2 on a foul ball. Count goes square. No outs here, nobody on. Leadoff batter, Parker Kelly at the dish, the Texas Tech third baseman today. He had an error on a bad throw to Pat Leffler on a bunt attempt by the shortstop Toronto. That one goes down the inside, just misses. Hitting Parker Kelly. Counts now full for Parker Kelly. 0 for 1 today at the dish. A walk and a fly out. That one goes outside. Parker Kelly's going to walk, and the tying run is aboard for the Rockford Rivets now. Now Pat Leffler making his way up to the dish. Leffler bats from the left side, 0 for 1 today, as he reached on a fielder's choice bunt attempt where Vanderwall was thrown out on the force out at third. First pitch swinging from Leffler, misses. Count goes 0-1 for the Indiana infielder playing first today. Bear with a pickoff attempt over to Kelly to try and get Kelly on first. Not in time. Count goes 0-1. Bear sets and deals. Just off the outside of the plate. Doesn't get the call from home plate umpire John White. Count now 1-1. The 1-1. That one misses off the plate. Count goes 2-1 for Carter Bear. Like I mentioned, Bears had troubles with his walks, 6 strikeouts, 12 walks coming into this game. Leffler gets all of that one. It's going to go foul down the right field line. Just drifts as the wind is moving, blowing out to right field in some capacity. And Leffler, the Rivets leader in home runs this year, has to take the walk back to home plate, pick up the bat, and see the 2-2 from Bear. Only 4 hits allowed by Bear this season. Columbia, Tennessee native. And now he will set on the mound and deal to Leffler. Thought about it, didn't go. Outside, counts now 3-2. The second straight full count for Bear versus a Rivet batter to start off this top of the 5th inning here. Rivets losing 7-6 off of a 7-run bottom of the 4th by the Battle Creek Bombers. Swung on that one. That one's going to be fair, and it's going to go down the line and get past the right fielder Brown. Parker Kelly boogieing. He's going to score from first, and we got a tie ball game here at C.O. Brown Stadium. And now a runner on second as the RBI double by Pat Leffler, only the 5th hit of the year given up by Carter Bear. And I mentioned he was in position to win this game if he was able to keep if him and the rest of the Bombers pitchers that take them out were able to keep the score. At 6 for the Rivets, well, instead he could be in for a loss if he allows a run here and he can't get any more run support from the Bombers offense. This game is a roller coaster for both teams. Rivets looked in control for the first 3.5 innings. And a bunt there by Brock Mathis. He's going to get that one down for an infield hit. And Brock Mathis with the wheels. Not the man that you're going to see get a lot of bunts for hits, but a perfect bunt by the future LSU catcher. And all sorts of trouble now. Runners on the corners. No outs here. Leffler advances to third. And that's the second bunt for hit that we've seen today. Or actually, the other bunt was credited as an error, but a lot of bunting going on today, especially early in the game. Swung on by Walker. That's going to go foul, I believe. Foul, yes. And it went a little Oppo Taco action for Justin Walker and just drifted into foul territory. That one was fair. Man, you might have seen Mathis boogieing, but it was definitely going to be a ball that could score Leffler from third. No outs here still. Pickoff attempt over to Mathis on first. High scoring affair here, 7-7, no outs, top of the 5th inning between the Rockford Rivets and the Battle Creek Bombers. Here's the pitch, swung on, it's going to be a line shot, and it's going to end up being caught by the third baseman, but then being thrown by, and Mathis is going to get all the way to third. So it will be a line out to the third baseman Henderson to get one out, but then Henderson threw over to Gartner trying to double off Mathis, and instead it goes for a error over against Gartner. Leffler scores. Crazy play, but now it's 8-7 in advantage of the Rivets, and Henderson trying to get the key double play instead allows a runner to score, and now Mathis in scoring position with a chance to make this a 2-run lead for the Rivets. First pitch in there is a strike to Cade Bunnell, the leadoff man, 0 for 2 today, reached on 2 errors. That pitch misses outside, count goes 1-1. Frustrating play for Carter Bear on the mound, 17th pitch of the inning, 18th pitch of the inning upcoming. And yeah, just a frustrating go of it as he put a ball in play there, and Henderson trying to make a play, couldn't connect, put a ball low in the dirt for Zach Gartner on first, and it leaked by, and Mathis able to use his wheels to get all the way around to third, and Leffler scores easily from third. Swung on, high fly ball, and it's going to back, and it's going to get over the wall. Goodbye, baseball. Cade Bunnell with his first home run of the year, and he belts it to right center or left center field, not far off from the location where Henderson belted his home run last inning. And so after no home runs yesterday, and in the first part of today's game, we've seen 2 in the past 2 half innings. And a 2-run shot scores Brock Mathis from third. It was going to be enough, even if it was caught in center field, to score Brock Mathis on the sac fly, but it's Brock Mathis saying, hey, I'll take the easy walk home. And Bunnell brings everybody home on the slap to center field. We got a 10-7 ball game here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Wow. Bear, all runs go down as earned against him. He took care of business, gave the first shutout inning for the Bombers in the top of the 4th, and struggled this inning, only 1 out. And the Rivets helped out by the error by the third baseman Henderson, but the runs all still go down as earned. And now with Ryan Cole warming up, a conversation. We'll take a quick break and be right back here at C.O. Brown Stadium. new pitcher for the Battle Creek Bombers here in the top of the 5th after a 4-spot put up on Bear, and the lead retaken by the Rivets. Ball to start off his at-bat, or ball to start off Ryan Cole's at-bat, and then just fouled that one back. Count goes 1-1. It's Kevin Hahn on the mound, wearing the number 30, stands 6'4", 190 pounds, out of Cal State Stanislaus. That one misses the strike zone. Count goes 2-1 for Hahn versus Cole. 2-0 record on the year for him, 3.11 ERA, 13 appearances, 17 1/3 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts to 5 walks. That one swung right out the middle, and it's going to be cracked in there for a base hit by Ryan Cole, his first hit of the day. He's 1 for 2 with a walk, a hit by pitch, and now a single to shallow center field. Reback up now, only 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. It was a line out to the third baseman, Henderson. He missed the throw, trying to double off Brock Mathis over on first. And that scored Pat Leffler, advanced Mathis to third, and then a 2-run shot by Cade Bunnell is able to whack the Rivets out to a 10-7 lead. That one fouled away by Brennan Reback. Count goes 0-1. The 4th most recent appearance for Hahn. He threw 1 inning against the Rivets, allowed 1 hit, and walked 1 batter, struck out nobody. That was the game that was eventually walked off by the Rockford Rivets in the bottom of the 11th. That foul ball just finding its way right up next to me here in the press box. Count now 0-2 for Reback after 2 straight foul balls. The pitch from Hahn. Off the outside of the plate, counts now 1-2. The opposing batting average against Hahn, 300 on the year. He's got a whip of 1.5. Swung on, and it's going to be a diving attempt by the first baseman, but it's going to get past Gartner, and it will be Cole advancing to third, and a single for Brennan Reback, and he's into first safely. And all of a sudden, more trouble after that hit on Hahn, the 22nd hit of the year that he's allowed. Soft ground ball just got beyond the outstretched glove of Gartner over at first base, and enough to advance Reback to third. Runners on the corners now for the number 4 hitter, Hal Hughes, who's got a couple ribbies under his belt. 2 for 3 today, 2 singles and a strikeout. Called strike there. Count goes 0-1 against Hal Hughes. 10-7 ball game here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Rivets led 6-0 going into the bottom of the 4th. 7 spot put up by the Bombers in the bottom of the 4th. Reback's going, swing and a miss, and it will be a foul ball there. Count goes 0-2. And kind of an awkward reaction from Mason Jones behind the plate. He seems to be okay. Hal Hughes at the dish. The 0-2 upcoming to him after a cold strike and a foul ball. Reback on first. You have to think he might be going again. Maybe trying to get a Little League double steal here at C.O. Brown Stadium and be able to score Ryan Cole over at third. They've clicked well on the base paths this year, usually batting near each other in the lineup. Hahn, the pitch, swung on by Hughes. It will be into shallow center field and enough for a base hit, and Cole will score. And the center fielder, Jalen Thomas, maybe trying to field that one and throw to second quickly as Reback was caught in the middle, making sure it wasn't caught, so he wasn't going to be doubled up, and instead it was bobbled by Thomas out in center field, and the single by Hal Hughes brings home Ryan Cole, and what a day Hal Hughes is having at the dish. And so the 7th spot in the bottom of the 4th answered by 5 runs by the Rivets here, and they've regained a 4-run lead, 11-7, with now runners on first and second and 1 out. They're not done, and it's Jacob Vanderwall up at the dish now. Vanderwall, son of John Vanderwall, who spent 14 seasons in the majors, now's an MLB scout. And John was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, not too far from here. Spent his time in the majors and went back to Grand Rapids to raise his family, and that's where Jacob went to school. And after spending his freshman year at Ohio State, transferred to Central Arizona College, where he spent this last year. Ball outside to start his at-bat. His lone home run on the year was at Green Bay 2.5 weeks ago. Nearly got one over the right center field fence today. Ended up slapping down on the Warner track for a double. The 1-0 to him. Swing and a miss. He's got that long follow-through with one hand that curls all the way around to basically the catcher's right ear. The 1-1 with 1 out, runners on first and second. Rivets got speed on second. He can score pretty easily on a base hit. Swung on and missed again on the off-speed pitch. Count goes 1-2. Kevin Hahn's 15th pitch of the inning upcoming. 10 hits on the day for the Rockford Rivets. 8 hits for the Bombers. 3 errors by the Bombers and 1 error by the Rockford Rivets. The 1-2 now to Vanderwall with 2 on and 1 away. Hahn sets on the mound, peeks at Reback, and deals. A high fly ball. Jalen Thomas will snag it out in center. And Reback bluffs a tagging up attempt and ends up going back to second. So no damage done by Vanderwall. As now Parker Kelly, the man who started this inning, will step up to the dish. So both teams going around their lineup in the bottom of the 4th and the top of the 5th here at C.O. Brown. And on a hot afternoon when I'm sure both teams would love to get out of here in a timely manner, doesn't seem like that's going to happen, as the game time has now gone over 2 hours and 15 minutes. Parker Kelly, Reback's going, and he's going to be into third with a steal, his 18th of the season. And trying to chase Augie Isaacson up in Duluth, and I'll tell you what, it has been a battle to watch those two. They both cooled down in recent weeks, but it's been a handful this series for Brennan Reback. Gotten his chances in the last couple days for the Rivets. That one called strike. Count goes 1-1. Hughes was able to get to second on the double steal attempt, so two in scoring position for Parker Kelly, with 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Rivets lead 11-7. Breaking ball misses outside for Kelly. Last time up, he walked against Bear on the full count pitch to later score and start this 5-run outburst from the Rivets. The 2-1 upcoming from Hahn. Sets and deals. Misses high and away. Count goes 3-1 now. And Parker Kelly on the brink of getting his 3rd walk of the day. All from different pitchers if Hahn does walk him. 20th pitch of the inning for Kevin Hahn, who came on in relief of Bear after Bear struggled this inning. The 3-1 misses high, and it will be a walk to Parker Kelly. And now Pat Leffler, last time up, he doubled to right field on a full count pitch as well. So these Rivets batters really using all of their pitch count to be able to get a pitch that they can find or get on base with a walk this inning. 2 outs, bases loaded for Pat Leffler. Mallards just have taken a 2-0 lead over the Green Bay Bullfrogs in Titletown. They've already clinched their playoff spot, but I'm sure they would love the regular season crown at the regular season crown as well, and that's what they're chasing. If the playoffs started today, it would be Rockford traveling to Madison for a 1-game playoff, and Fond du Lac traveling to Kalamazoo, which they're actually there right now, for a 1-game playoff of their own. They just got started, and Fond du Lac's leading 1-0 over the Growlers in the top of the first. The Rivets head there tomorrow to play a 2-game stretch at Homer Stryker Field of their own. Fond du Lac will complete the switcheroo and come up here to C.O. Brown Stadium for 2 games in Cereal City. Kevin Hahn sets with the bases loaded. Swung on by Leffler, foul down the first base line. Big jam for Kevin Hahn in here. Hahn has allowed 1 earned run. It was Bear allowing 4. And that makes up the 5-run outburst from the Rivets this inning. 11-7, they lead the Battle Creek Bombers. Tanner Probst most likely coming out for the bottom of the 5th inning. He's been waiting a long time on the bench. That pitch swung on. Can it get down in the gap? It will be Michael Brown running up under it. And finally, the 3rd out of the inning, we should see Tanner Probst in just a few moments get back to work on the mound for the Rockford Rivets. First pitch in there from Tanner Probst to Michael Brown. Misses outside for ball one of this at-bat. 11-7 ball game after the Rivets answered a 7-run bottom of the fourth by the Bombers with a 5-run top of the fifth of their own. That puts the score at what it is right now. That one misses from Probst. You had to think that 7-run bottom of the fourth kind of screwed with Bear's ability to get warm again, and he never was really able to get into his groove on the mound, had to hand it over to the bullpen. Let's see if Tanner Probst, with a long sit of his own, can have a better outcome. And with 3 straight balls to start the at-bat by Michael Brown, already not looking good for Probst. Michael Brown, last time up, single to right field. As part of the mirage of scoring, misses way outside there. And he will walk Michael Brown on 4 pitches. His first time up. Trying to warm up his arm again. I didn't see him over in the bullpen getting out any pitches to stay warm last inning. And now he'll see Riley Terada. Terada reached on a single his last time up. 8 hits on the day for the Battle Creek Bombers, 10 for the Rockford Rivets. Turned into a shootout here. And the first called strike of the inning for Tanner Probst there. 5th pitch of the inning for him after the 4-0 walk to start it off and put Michael Brown on first. Pickoff attempt over to first, gets by, and it will be an error on the pitcher Probst. Michael Brown's going to scuttle all the way to third and maybe think about home. And that could have been a disaster, as maybe it was going to be a completely earned run by the legs of Michael Brown. Instead, he will advance to third now, so next thing you know, Bombers already got a guy in scoring position after an errant pickoff attempt from Tanner Probst. The 0-1 swung on. Terada will go right to his counterpart, Hal Hughes, and it will score Michael Brown at home. So 1 run already across here for the Bombers against Tanner Probst. The 0-0 coming now. Clean slate for Tanner Probst as the bases are empty. That one goes low. Count is 1-0 for Probst versus Mason Jones, the catcher. One of the only Battle Creek Bombers without a hit today. 2 flyouts for him. That one goes low in the zone. Counts now 2-0. Fond du Lac now has got a 2-0 lead on the Kalamazoo Growlers at Homer Stryker Field. 3 straight balls to start off the at-bat for Mason Jones, and it's now Probst with a chance to, he plunks him in the back there, and so if it missed the zone, it was going to be a walk anyway, but it turns out being a hit by pitch for Probst, as he can never get it figured out against the lefty batter Jones. And so, again, a runner on first and ruins the bare bases for Tanner Probst. Runner on first, 1 out, bottom of the 5th, 11-8. The Rockford Rivets lead the Battle Creek Bombers. Back to the top of the order, and Will Baker, who's 2 for 3 today with a double and a single. First pitch coming to Baker. High, misses the zone, counts 1-0. Tanner Probst has thrown 11 pitches this inning, and only 2 of them have been strikes. That pitch finds the strike zone, his 3rd strike of the inning. 17th pitch of the outing for Tanner Probst. Tanner Probst throws from the left side out of Madison, Mississippi. Got a pretty southern accent. 5'10", 195 pounds. Out of Louisiana Tech. Swung on there, and it's going to get down into shallow left field for another base hit for the Bombers. 3 for 4 is Will Baker on the day. He's put himself into contention for a possible player of the game candidate for the Battle Creek Bombers if they can pull this one out. Brock Mathis is going to go have a few words with Tanner Probst now. And these 2 teams might have just decided that they want to go back and forth with some rallies. As 7 in the bottom of the 4th, 5 in the top of the 5th, and now 1 already across and 2 on with 1 out. And Alec Cargan coming up, 1 for 1 today, batting 1,000. Hit by pitch, a walk, and a single. The 0-0 to Cargan. Misses off the plate, count goes 1-0. Gartner, Thomas, and Jones are the only Bombers without hits. For the Rockford Rivets, it's Parker Kelly and Justin Walker, who each don't have hits. Another ball misses there. Count goes 2-0. Still no action going on in the Rivets bullpen. 16th pitch of the inning upcoming. The 2-0 to Cargan. Thought about it, didn't go, called strike anyway. Count goes 2-1. 2/3 innings pitched for Tanner Probst thus far. He has a 38% strike percentage compared to Tyler Thornton's 76%. Swung on, it's going to be down for 1. And so a force out at first. Right to Pat Leffler, and 2 away now, and a chance to get out of the inning for 1 if the Rivets can get 1 more out. Hard ground ball fielded well by Pat Leffler. After it was Corey Wright that got the start over at first last night. Brian Smith mixing up the lineup a little bit and putting Pat Leffler over on first. Baker on second. He's got wheels to score. Tying run at the plate for the Battle Creek Bombers. Caleb Henderson hit a bomb his last time up. First hit of the day for him. It was a high homer that went over the wall in left center field. Sees a ball there to start off his 4th plate appearance of the game. Runners on second and third. Tying run at the plate. Pitch from Probst, misses inside, scooped up well by Brock Mathis. And another 2-0 coming from Probst, trying to get out of this inning in 20 pitches. He can do it if he gets an out here. The 2-0. That one misses high. Counts now 3-0, and Probst having some accuracy issues right now, threatening to load the bases if he can get 1 more ball against Henderson. Let's see if Henderson gets the green light. Misses outside, and it will be a walk. Bases will be loaded for Zach Gartner. And the way Gartner's playing today, probably one of the guys you want to see if you're a Rivets fan. He's 0 for 3, but he is due for a hit with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Gartner playing first base today. Batting .315 on the season. And now with the bases loaded, a chance to blow this game back the way of the Rockford Rivets. Called strike there. Count goes 0-1. Gartner, listed as an outfielder on the roster, stands 6'2", 220 pounds, out of East Texas Baptist. Originally from the Woodlands, Texas. The 0-1 to Gartner. Swung on that one, fouled it back. He's down to his last strike with a count at 0-2. Two home runs on the year for Gartner. Slugging percentage of .417. On base percentage of .382. The 0-2 with 2 outs, bases loaded. Swung on, fouled back, stays alive. 25th pitch of the inning upcoming for Tanner Probst. Go-ahead run at the plate, tying run on first for the Battle Creek Bombers. Trying to answer a 5-run top of the 5th after a 7-run bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Didn't go. Didn't get the call from the ump. Count goes 1-2. 2 outs here. 9 hits by the Battle Creek Bombers. They also have 3 errors. 1 errors for the Rivets and 10 hits of their own. The 1-2 misses high. Count goes 2-2. In total this game, there's been 4 hit by pitches. Thornton plunked 2 bombers. Probst has hit 1 of his own. And Dominguez, to start us off, hit 1 as well. That's going to get through. One's going to come home. Baker's going to come home. There's going to be a play at the plate, but Mathis backs off. So now it's an 11-10 game here on the 2 RBI single by Zach Gartner. Still nobody going in the Rivets bullpen, as it seems like Brian Smith is just going to let Probst get out of his own trouble this inning. Connor Bailey up now 2 for 3. And the first hit of the day for Zach Gartner. Now only 2 bombers haven't got a hit. Each team at 10 hits. The score is 11-10 in a shootout here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Probst sets and deals. That one goes outside. Count is now 1-0. Now he's got a 39% strike percentage. 29th pitch of the outing upcoming for Probst, or of the inning, excuse me. That one misses outside. Leffler wasn't ready over at first. Brock Mathis wanted to try and throw out Gartner, leading off a little too far for his liking, but had to hold back because Leffler wasn't ready for it at first. 11-10 ball game, tying run on second, go-ahead run on first. That one in there for a called strike. Count goes 2-1. Just announced that it was the 30th pitch of the inning. 11-10 ball game here, bottom of the 5th inning. That one misses off the plate, and both pitchers for both squads, really struggling to find the strike zone. A 3-1 upcoming to Connor Bailey, the Willamette outfielder. The 3-1. Probst kicks and deals. That one called ball just off the plate, and Probst's 32nd pitch of the inning, and now there's definitely action going on as Nathan Schneiderman is throwing some pitches, and Brian Smith says he's seen enough. He's going to come out. I don't know if he'll go to Schneiderman just yet. Excuse me, but Brian Smith's going to have a few words with Probst. We'll be right back here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Tanner Probst stays in the game. If he can get out of this and the Rivets don't give up the lead the rest of the game, then he will get the win. However, a base hit here could put him in position for a loss. The first pitch swinging from Jalen Thomas. Thomas 0 for 2 today. Struck out swinging, grounded out to Hal Hughes, and was also hit by a pitch. One of the 2 Bombers without a hit today. The 0-1 swung on and missed again. Now he's behind 0-2. Brian Smith talking with Probst, trying to calm him down. We can assume Nathan Schneiderman will come in next inning now, as the next pitch will be number 35, and Probst will not be allowed to return for his next inning of work. Trying to get out of it, though, with a 1-run lead for the Rivets. The 0-2 swung on and missed, and so some clutch pitching there after a couple messy plays. And the Rivets get out of this inning up by 1. Brock Mathis starts off the new inning against the new pitcher, Alex Kuster from Ohio University. The ball there to start off his at-bat, then popped out in foul territory to Zach Gartner, the first baseman. Now it will be Justin Walker stepping up. He fouls off the first pitch there. Barely checked his swing, but it was enough to just nick off of the wood of his bat for an 0-1 count. The 0-1 swung on and missed, and now he's behind 0-2. 21 runs scored thus far in the past 2 innings. The Battle Creek Bombers have put up all 10 of theirs. The Rivets got a little bit of a kickstart with a 6-run first 3 innings for them, and then put up 5 last inning to get their 11th. Again, fouled back is Justin Walker. That one low in the zone for the first ball. The at-bat count goes 1-0. Kuster on the year 1-1, 4.86 ERA. In 11 games played, 1 started, and a 16 and 2/3 innings pitched. He gets a swing and a miss there from Walker, and he's got the first 2 retired. That is the first time in a while that we've seen the first 2 batters of either side go down. 12 strikeouts, make that his 13th on the year, to 4 walks, 23 hits allowed. His 1 start against Kalamazoo was where he had a lot of trouble. Allowed 4 earned runs, 6 runs total on 5 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Other than that, he's been really solid. That one is on the inside of the strike zone. Called strike against Cade Bunnell, who's 1 for 3 today, with 2 errors reached. Another called strike, count goes 0-2. Originally from Lake Orion, Michigan, 6'2", 180 pounds. Southpaw is Kuster. The 0-2 with 2 outs, nobody on. Off the plate, count goes 1-2. 10th pitch of the inning and day for Alex Kuster. Game nearing 3 hours now, and we're only in the top of the 6th. Again, misses off. Count goes 2-2 for Kuster, or for Bunnell against Kuster. Bunnell's 5th plate appearance. He has a home run in his last plate appearance. Walked before that, and then reached on error twice. So he's reached every time he's been up to bat thus far, and now has a full count after that one goes high. Temperature has gone up a little bit, 92 degrees, and that one's a high foul ball, and it's going to get its way out of play and snagged by the on-field host here for the Battle Creek Bombers in foul territory. Count stays full at 3-2. Bunnell trying to get on base for the 5th time today and can't do it. Swings and misses, and a 1-2-3 inning. Rare to see here at this game, but nonetheless, a 1-2-3 inning. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 6th. First pitch by Nathan Schneiderman is in there for a called strike. The Rivets have made the call to the bullpen. Sending in the big donkey out of the University of Dubuque, Nathan Schneiderman. Southpaw from German Valley, Illinois, throws another strike there. Count goes 0-2 for Michael Brown. 6'5", 225 pounds, Stan Schneiderman. University of Dubuque teamed with yesterday's Rivet starting pitcher Chase Keeter to win the conference with the University of Dubuque and basically set a lot of school records there in Iowa, eventually falling in the D3 regional. Schneiderman, the 1-2, swung on and missed, and so a big strikeout for the big donkey. And other than Tanner Probst in the middle of it, it is a pass-off from Big Country to Big Donkey. Last time he appeared was the last start by Big Country, Tyler Thornton. He threw 2 innings pitched in relief and allowed 1 hit and struck out 3. He is among the bottom of the roster of the pitching staff in terms of ERA. Called strike there to Riley Terada. Among the bottom of the roster in ERA, 1.68 in 7 appearances, 2 saves, and 16 innings pitched for the lefty out of German Valley. That one a little high. Count goes 1-1. 20 strikeouts to 4 walks and 9 hits by Schneiderman. He was seeing a lot of control issues, Brian Smith was, from his first couple pitchers, Thornton and Tanner Probst, and that's the reason why 10 runs came across the board. Also timely hitting by the Battle Creek Bombers. That one misses. Count goes 3-1. So he handed it over to Nathan Schneiderman, who has a little less chance of walking batters. But with a 3-1 count, I might eat my words. Swung on. Count goes full after the foul ball by Terada. Terada 1 for 3 today. He singled to right field in his second at-bat. This is his 4th plate appearance for him. 1-0 record for Schneiderman as well. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss on the high fastball. And another strikeout for the big donkey. He's got 22 on the season. His only win of the season came in the 8-1 defeat of the Lakeshore Chinooks. He came on through 3 2/3 innings, allowed 1 hit, struck out 4, and only walked 1 out of 15 batters seen. The opposing batting average versus him is .164. First pitch misses, low and away there. Count goes 1-0. He allowed the only runs that he's allowed all season, earned or unearned, in a 7-8 loss against Green Bay. He came on in the 7th inning, or the bottom of the 8th actually, and threw 1 inning and allowed 3 runs by the Bullfrogs on 3 hits, a strikeout, and a walk. But other than that, he is not allowed a run this season. That one goes way away for a ball. The second pitch of this at-bat was a close one, just off the outside. But all of them have been called balls. Count is 3-0. Mason Jones, the only Bomber without a hit. That one on the inside, and he'll reach on a walk, and it will be Will Baker, somebody you don't want to see if you're a Rivets fan, making his way to the plate now with 2 outs and 1 away. 3 hits, and they've been all over the field for Baker. He's going to bat from the right side. 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Ball State. Having a really good day today. On-base percentage of .370 on the year and .750 on the day. With the catcher Jones on first. Baker with a chance with his team only down 1. The first pitch there, trying to bunt for a hit. Right back to Schneiderman. He'll field. Throw over to first, and it will be out. number 3, a good defensive play from the big donkey to get us out of the get us out of the 6th inning. A much quicker inning than the 5th. We'll be right back. Ryan Cole on to start off the top of the 7th inning. Rivets lead 11-10 here. Cole, usually the leadoff batter in the lineup, or at least one of the few, but he's been batting second in the past couple games. First pitch there way inside, almost caught Cole. Count goes 1-0. 15th pitch of the day for Kuster coming out for his 2nd inning of work. Got the only 1-2-3 inning of the game for either side. That one misses. Count goes 2-0. Schneiderman almost got a 1-2-3, but he did walk Jones last inning to make it a 1-2-3 walk 4. Or a 1-2-3 walk 1-2 walk 3. That's what I'm going to call that. Cole now looking at a 3-0. Corey Wright making his way over to first. A little late to be the first base coach, but better late than never. 3-0. And it misses the strike zone, and Cole, I think Cole thought it was a strike because he kind of stepped back in the batter's box there and was ready to accept a 3-1 count, but instead, home plate umpire John White calls that a ball, and he reaches in a leadoff 4-0 walk and the first base runner of the day against Kuster. Top of the 7th here, 11-10. Brennan Reback now at the dish. Cole over on first. He's a threat to steal. First pitch shows bunt, but pulls back, counts 1-0. Each team has 10 hits, 2 errors by the Rivets, 3 by the Bombers. That one misses outside. Count goes 2-0 now. 6 balls to start this inning of work from Alex Kuster. 2-0 with one on, nobody out here. Second bat of the inning, Brennan Reback stares down a hitter's count. Thought about it, didn't go. Count goes 2-1. Reback, 21 for 91 on the season. That's good for a .230 batting average. No home runs. He's been close, but hasn't been able to push it over the fence. He's had a couple that have gone right over the right field foul pole as well, the 2-1. That one not going, so the strike zone being very elusive right now against Alec Kuster and home plate umpire John White. He's got a towel around his neck trying to keep his temperature cool, as I'm sure the home plate umpire's gear not very friendly. Ryan Cole tries to steal, and it looked a little bit late, but I guess the shortstop, Terada, got the tag down, and Cole is out, and Cole has some words for the third base ump as he walks back to the dugout, maybe try to ask him a few questions. It was a called strike in there. Count's now full at 3-2. So Cole, who got on with the leadoff walk, and this one's going to go right out the middle. Could have been a double play opportunity if Cole was still on first, but instead it'll just be a simple ground out as Reback goes down on a simple 4-3 play. So now 2 away here as Cole reached, the first batter reached on a 4-0 walk. He was caught stealing. Reback with a ground out. So 2 away here, nobody on, and Hal Hughes up at the dish now. Called ball to start off his at-bat. Swings on that one. It's going to get through for a single, so that adds to his good day. 4 for 5 today. And he also has 2 ribbies as well. Batting .291 on the year is Hal Hughes, really picking up the bat in his last couple games. Now Jacob Vanderwall, 1 for 4 today with a double in his third at-bat of the game. Flied out more recently. The 0-0 looked to be right down the middle, but went a little bit off the outside of the plate for the lefty Vanderwall, and it will be a called ball. Count goes 1-0. There's been a lot of close calls in terms of balls and strikes that have gone against Keister today. The swing and a miss there. And that will be the third out of the inning as Vanderwall Vanderwall just got thrown out of the game. And that's the first ejection we've seen in a Rivets game thus far today. And Vanderwall, he has that long arching follow through on his swing and a miss. And when Hughes went there, the follow through of the swing hit the glove, I believe, of the catcher Jones and screwed up his throw enough that it is a called third out of the game, or of the 7th inning here. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th. Big Donkey back to work. After a foul ball and a strike, the count is now 1-2 as the most recent pitch just went a little bit out of the strike zone for Alec Cargan. Another foul ball there makes its way into the bleachers here behind home plate. So after the toss of Jacob Vanderwall, Brock Martin moves into left field, and Ryan Cole, who started the game in left, moves over to right field. Brian Smith had to run over and control his right fielder there, who was not liking the call of batter interference, as he swung through and missed the pitch, trying for the hit and run with Hal Hughes. And he has that long follow-through. It wasn't anything uncharacteristic from him, but it did get in the way of catcher Mason Jones trying to throw out Hal Hughes. And Vanderwall did not like the call there. And the first ejection in a Rivets game we've seen for either side, the Rivets or their opponents. First pitch there after the strikeout of Cargan goes inside on Caleb Henderson for a ball. Count goes 1-0. Henderson has the pop. He's shown it today with a home run already. That one swing and a miss. Count now 1-1. One out here, nobody on. First batter struck out. Now it's going to be Henderson going up against the big donkey Schneiderman on a 1-1 count. Pitch there, finds the strike zone, called strike. Home plate umpire John White there. Not a very aggressive toss. It was just a few words after Vanderwall kind of got in his face after the original call, and then Brian Smith came over to control Vanderwall and kind of hold him back and tell him to go to the dugout. And as Vanderwall was walking to the dugout, said a few more words, and that was enough to push John White over the line and eject Vanderwall. That one goes outside. Counts now even at 2-2. So Vanderwall did have a double on the day that almost went for a homer, but instead his day comes to an early exit. And the hot sun kind of getting to everybody here, I guess, at C.O. Brown. Swing and a miss there, and hot sun not getting to Schneiderman right now as he's setting down another bomber on strikes. That's his fourth strikeout of the day. First pitch to Zach Gartner there is swung on and missed. We are over 3 hours now here in the hot afternoon sun of the Sunday matinee game at C.O. Brown Stadium. That pitch in there for a called strike. Now it's 0-2. Gartner didn't like the call, but not going to say too much as John White shows that he's not afraid to throw guys out. I've seen a lot of, by Rivets and by their opponents, a lot of different calls argued pretty heavily, as that one swung on right to Hal Hughes. So a 1-2-3 inning for the big donkey. We'll be right back as Rivets try and get some insurance for the top of the 8th. First pitch to Parker Kelly is a called strike down the middle. Counts 0-1 for him. Kuster stays in, swings on that one. Fouled back, counts now 0-2. So a little confusion here at the beginning of this inning. Brock Martin, who came on to replace Vanderwall and came into left field as Ryan Cole moved to right field where Vanderwall was today. He came up, and originally I guess the plan was for him to come up to the plate and be at bat because it was Hal Hughes called out because of the batter interference, but a correction after some argument by Brian Smith, and it's Parker Kelly. Instead, it was actually Vanderwall called out at the plate, I guess, and so Brock Martin will not get a bat in his place. A foul ball there. That one's low in the zone. Count goes even at 2-2. Still hot here in Battle Creek. Still 91 degrees. And we're still playing baseball in the top of the 8th inning here. Swung on by Parker Kelly. This one's going to be back. Jalen Thomas going back, and he'll snag it right at the edge of the warning track. Good beef on that ball, though, from Kelly. Shows a little pop to his bat. But nonetheless, he will be heading back to the dugout. Now Pat Leffler coming up. A lot of confusion going on. And all sorts of weirdness last inning. Nathan Schneiderman took care of business in his half of the inning. And Kuster, ever since he's come on, has kind of taken care of business. And I think both managers kind of just deciding, hey, it's really hot out. Let's go home as soon as possible. And that's going to be an error on the first baseman, Zach Gartner. It was a slow trickler right to him. And I don't know what exactly caused the error, but just kind of tripped up on it, and it kind of ramped off his glove and out. And so the fourth error of the game for the Battle Creek Bombers, and Leffler gets gifted a base. But like I was saying, both managers putting on some of their best relievers now, as Schneiderman and Kuster have both been doing really good work. Brock Mathis doesn't go there, 1-0. His final game of Fortnite last night in the hotel room, he was able to win. And he said, hopefully that means he hits a home run today. Swing and a miss there. He was trying to hit a home run for sure, with 1 out and 1 run on. Bunnell is the only home run ball today for the Rockford Rivets, while Henderson has the home run for the Bombers. Fouled back there. And it doinks right off the pole, actually. And it holds up the overhang here, and it gets its way back onto the field. So what are the chances of that? Wow. Counts 1-2. And here's the pitch to Mathis. That one's inside, going to get by the catcher, Jones, and it will be a pass ball as Jones couldn't get a hold of it. Count's going to go 2-2. And Leffler now in scoring position with 1 out. Brock Mathis was a chance to give his pitcher, Schneiderman, some sort of breathing room. Leffler could probably score on a base hit. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Kuster sets and deals. Swung on, high fly ball to left field, and it will be too high, and it will get right into the glove of Connor Bailey, the left fielder, and he really got some wood on that one, but too far in the air and not enough distance on it, and it will be corralled pretty easily. Only a few steps back taken by the left fielder, Connor Bailey, before he snagged that one. Now it will be Justin Walker, the number 9 hitter. 0 for 4 today. And him and Parker Kelly are the only 2 Rivets in this starting lineup to not get a hit thus far today. Walker is the only Rivet in the starting lineup not to reach base. Brock Martin just coming on as a defensive substitution / pinch hitter has not had an at-bat. That one misses. Counts now 2-0. Walker trying to get on, maybe with a walk. "11 runs on 11 hits for the Rivets, 10 on 10 for the Bombers." That one hits the strike zone. Called strike. Looked pretty similar location to the most recent pitch thrown before that. But this one is a called strike by home plate umpire John White. 2-1. That one is high and a little inside. Count goes 3-1 now for Walker. 2 outs here. Runner on second. Scores 11-10 at advantage of the Rockford Rivets over the Battle Creek Bombers. The 3-1 misses the strike zone, and Walker will walk and reach base for the first time today. And now Cade Bunnell would love another home run as he comes up for his 6th plate appearance of the day. A walk, a home run, and he's reached on 2 errors. Struck out swinging his last time up. 45th pitch of the day coming for the Indiana infielder / pitcher. The 0-0 coming from Kuster. First jam, really, of the day for him. Swung on, and it's a high fly ball, and it will be, again, another routine play for Bailey out in left field. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Don't go anywhere. The Rivets lead by 1. First pitch to Connor Bailey in the bottom of the 8th is a called strike. Count goes 0-1. Swing and a miss there. Counts now 0-2. Bailey behind early. And the score is 11-10 here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Schneiderman been doing really good on the mound thus far. But a swing and a foul ball there. And so Bailey just stays alive. 2 for 3 today. Is Bailey. Walked his last time up off of Probst. Has a double and a single as well, and also reached on a fielder's choice. So every time he's been up, he has gotten on base. Another foul there. Count stays 0-2. The Rivets head to Kalamazoo tomorrow to take on the Growlers in a 2-game stretch. They'll spend the night in Battle Creek before taking the 30-minute or so drive to Kalamazoo tomorrow. That one high and away. First ball of the at-bat. 33rd pitch of the outing for Nathan Schneiderman. 5th pitch of the inning. Rivets trying to split the series after a 7-4 loss last night. That one misses. Counts now even at 2-2. It was Bailey that does not have a RBI. The first 4 batters in the lineup each have some RBIs of their own. Bailey is the highest batter in the lineup that does not have one. Ball misses there. Counts now full at 3-2. Big payoff pitch for the leadoff batter. In the zone. High fly ball, Reback tracking in center field, and he slides over, makes the catch just a few steps in front of the warning track. Good beef on it from Bailey, but not enough to push it over and tie this game. Jalen Thomas now 0 for 3 today. He has reached on a hit by pitch in his second plate appearance. And on that, he did score. Struck out twice, though. First pitch there is a strike, counts 0-1. Fans here at C.O. Brown Stadium sticking it out. Another swing and a miss there. Counts 0-2. Sticking it out under the hot, humid day in western Michigan here in Battle Creek. The 0-2. Just off the plate. Brock Mathis tried to frame it for a called strike. Instead, John White not fooled the home plate umpire, and count goes to 1-2. That one swung on, and it's going to go way foul. Count stays 1-2. 13th pitch of the inning upcoming. After the 8-pitch at-bat from the leadoff man, Bailey. The 1-2 to Thomas. That one's inside. He has to slide back to get out of the way of that one. Counts now 2-2. The 2-2 swung on, and again, another foul ball. These Bombers batters are really starting to figure out Schneiderman right now and at least be able to make contact and stay alive and lengthen these at-bats out. In 2 at-bats, this will be his 15th pitch. Let's see if he can get out of it on this one. The 2-2 swung on, foul again down the third base line. So staying alive and just asking for something to hit in fair territories, these Bomber batters. It kind of worked out for Bailey as he was able to get good meat under one, but not push it over the center field wall. 2-2. Again fouled away. And really just trying to keep us here as long as possible, I guess, are these Bombers batters. We were cruising after the bottom of the 5th. 5 straight scoreless half innings, but now in the bottom of the 8th. Another 2-2. Swung on and again fouled. A long at-bat. Next pitch will be the 10th of the at-bat, so an 8-pitch. An 8-pitch at-bat to start this game, and now we have a 10-pitch if this one doesn't go. Backing up is Reback. He's going to the warning track, and he robbed the home run. Oh, my goodness. Brennan Reback is able to rob a game-tying home run here in the bottom of the 8th. Wow. Highway robbery from Brennan Reback. And Nathan Schneiderman, a tip of the cap here, as 2 balls to center field. That one, the wind is blowing in favor of the batter, and just drifting back was Brennan Reback, and he snagged that one, and that's going on his highlight reel for sure. Oh, my word. It looked like he was continually taking steps back, and first pitch there is in for a strike. So Thomas getting the benefit of the wind, but Schneiderman getting the benefit of a very athletic center fielder, and Brennan Reback, who was all over, was locked in on that one. That one's going to get to Hal Hughes, and now another good defensive play could get him out of this inning, and a safe call there, and an infield single for Michael Brown, as it was almost a Derek Jeter-esque play from Hal Hughes at short, and a good throw to make sure that he didn't get an error to advance Brown more, but the tying run now on first, as he just is in there safe. And I'll tell you what, I don't have replay capabilities up here, but I'd love to take a look at that one, as it was very close for Michael Brown. He's on first with 2 outs. Schneiderman will see Riley Tirada, 2 RBIs on the day for him, 1 for 4. First pitch, check swing, called strike. Count goes 0-1. This game, if it couldn't heat up anymore here at C.O. Brown Stadium, it's definitely heating up in the bottom of the 8th. 0-1 count, runner on first, 2 outs. Michael Brown doesn't go. Called strike, 0-2. Riley Tirada on the day. Like I mentioned, 1 for 4, scored a run himself. 2 RBIs, a strikeout as well. Batting .269 on the year. And that's a high fly ball, and it's going to get down into the glove of the right fielder, Ryan Cole, in foul territory for out number 3. There's 1 inning remaining. Don't go anywhere. The Rivets lead by 1. Dylan Siebert takes them out. First pitch to Ryan Cole goes foul. 0-1 now for Ryan Cole versus the new pitcher Dylan Sievert after Kuster throws 3 innings scoreless in relief for the Bombers. Sievert wears the number 27. Will throw the 1-0 pitch, or 0-1 pitch, excuse me, and it goes into the dirt and ramps off the catcher Jones and way high. Count now 1-1 for Ryan Cole. 1-2 on the day with quite a bit of walks. He grounds that one right to the third baseman, Henderson. Henderson throws over and will get out number 1 at the top of the 9th. The less runs come across the plate here in the top of the 9th, the easier it will be for the Bombers to maybe have some sort of attempt at a comeback in the bottom of the 9th. Down by 1 right now, 11-10 in the top of the 9th. Now a swing and a miss from Brennan Reback after robbing a home run on defense. Doesn't really need to do anything at the plate here to outshow that performance. He's done pretty much everything asked of him on defense and at the plate. He threatens to bunt, pulls back, count goes 1-1. One out here. Top of the 9th, nobody on. The 1-1 goes high, count goes 2-1. Thought about it, didn't go, counts now 3-1 for Reback. He's going to adjust his, I believe he's just wiping off his face there, it looks. Top of the 9th here, nobody on. And that's going to miss outside, and now Reback will be on. And if you're a Bombers fan, one of the last people you want to see on base as he can create his own runs. He has a lot of stolen bases on the year, 18 to be exact. And now as Hal Hughes comes up, probably the last guy you're going to want to see at the plate. 4 for 5 today with 4 singles and a strikeout. So Reback, chances are you can see him going on any pitch, so something to keep an eye on. First pitch swinging, and it's going to get by the third baseman. And Reback thought about going to third, and instead he will not. And he'll be at second, so a beautiful day for Hal Hughes. 5 for 6 today with 5 singles. And I'll tell you what, maybe not going to be Northwoods League Player of the Night, but that is a batting average gift right there. That's really going to boost that up. In a game where failing 2 out of 3 times is good, he has been successful 5 out of 6 times today. First pitch to Brock Martin, his first at-bat of the day after coming on to replace Vanderwall after Vanderwall was thrown out last time up on the batter interference call. The last play was credited as a hit. He chops that one opposite way. It's going to be foul. Count goes even at 1-1. Was credited as a hit. It was a tough play for Henderson. A hard ground ball that just went right by him off the dirt. And so with Reback on second, any sort of hit here could probably score him. Maybe not an infield hit, but everything that goes beyond that. So the righty Martin sees the 1-1. Swings on that one high to left field. Tracking back is the left fielder Bailey. Reback's going to tag up and get to third, and he's going to go home. He's going to go home, and he's going to score. Wow! And heads up base running by Brennan Reback, and like I said, he is able to create his own runs, and a sac fly to get Martin to score or sack fly for Martin. I guess that's what that'll go down as. Wow. Oh, my goodness. And he tags up big time as there was no stopping him. And I didn't quite see what the sign from Brian Smith, the third base coach, was, but if there was a stop sign, he blew right through it. And now Hal Hughes going on first. The throw there is going to be high, and it almost made its way into the outfield. It did, I believe. No, it did not. It did go into the hands of the second baseman, Baker. But now Hal Hughes in scoring position with 2 outs for the next man up, Parker Kelly. Hughes going again. Check swing in the dirt. Called strike. And Hughes has just knocked himself 2 stolen bases. And so Parker Kelly has a man on third now with 2 outs and a chance to get an RBI under his belt today. The 0-2 with 2 outs, 12-10 game here at C.O. Brown Stadium. That one called strike 3, and it will be one more insurance run coming across the plate for the Rivets, and let's see if we get the big donkey back out here to finish off his save. First pitch to Mason Jones here, bottom of the ninth, is a called strike. That one misses on the inside, almost hit Mason Jones. He had to turn his shoulder. We got a 1-1 count here. Nobody on. Leadoff batter is Mason Jones at the plate for the Bombers. Bats in the 9 spot, 0 for 2 today. Swing and a miss there. Now the count is 1-2. It was, after a little bit of confusion, credited officially as a sac fly for Brock Martin that scored Brennan Reback from second base. He was almost able to get it over the left field wall. That one called strike 3, and the big donkey sends down 1. And I'm sure he was loving that insurance that got going for it. But now it's the toxic top of the order for the Battle Creek Bombers with 1 out, nobody on here. Bottom of the 9th inning. This game has gone just a hair under 3 hours and 45 minutes under the hot July sun here. I forgot to say happy July to everybody. We are officially into the second to last month of Northwoods League Baseball. That one misses high. Count goes 1-0 for Will Baker. Baker 3 for 5 today with an RBI and 2 runs scored. 297 average for him on the year. The 1-0 from Schneiderman. Inside, just misses hitting Baker. 57th pitch of the day for Schneiderman, coming in a long relief after Tanner Probst couldn't find his groove and allowed 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Tyler Thornton gave up 3 runs, 3 innings scoreless. That one swung on, fouled back, counts now 2-1. Tyler Thornton, through his first 3 innings, looked pretty untouchable and then allowed 7 in the bottom of the 4th. But he was backed up by his offense. 5 runs in the top of the 5th. That made it 11-7. 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th against Tanner Probst. Another swing there, and it's fouled back. Count goes 2-2. Another 3 runs bottom of the 5th. Made the score 11-7. It stood like that as both teams brought in some of their top relief pitchers. Schneiderman for the Rivets, Kuster for the Bombers. And then it was 1 run coming across against Sievert in the top of the 9th. That puts the score at 12-10 in advantage of the Rivets over the Battle Creek Bombers right now. 1 out. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back. Down the right field line. Like I mentioned, Will Baker 3 for 5 today. And the highest batting average by any Bomber today, but not by any players. Hal Hughes, 5 for 6, 5 singles. Very likely the offensive player of the game for the Rivets today. The 2-2 swung on. Will it find its way fair? It will not. Caught by the catcher in the bullpen. I believe that was Wyatt Mascarella that was getting some warm-up pitches by the man warm-up in the bullpen. I think that might be Nolan Gazowski, or it might be Anthony Hollebecky, either 26 or 36. But a foul ball nonetheless. And another 2-2. Right on the inside of the strike zone. Now it's going to be full, 3-2. Tying run on deck for the Battle Creek Bombers, That's Alec Cargan, the DH. A big full count pitch here from Schneiderman to Will Baker. Here's the payoff pitch. On the inside, called ball, and the tying run will come to the plate now for the Battle Creek Bombers. Brock Mathis is going to come say a few words to his pitcher, Nathan Schneiderman. Doesn't make it all the way to the mound. And with very casual action going, it is 36 in the bullpen, Anthony Hollebecky. And now Alec Cargan, 1 for 3 on the day. 2 RBIs for him and 1 run scored. He walked and he struck out. 341 on the year, the highest batting average in the starting lineup for the Battle Creek Bombers. He'll face the big donkey with a man on first and 1 out. The 0-0 right down Main Street for strike number 1. Count goes 0-1. The Rivets head to Kalamazoo. They play the Growlers tomorrow night at Homer Stryker Field. Tune in for that one. The 0-1 now coming from Schneiderman. Breaking ball, doesn't find the zone. Cargan thought about swinging at it. Goes a little high. Count goes 1-1. A clutch situation for Schneiderman. He's dealt with it before. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses. And a balk called on Nathan Schneiderman there. And so it will be Baker advancing to second. Let's see if the pitch will count there. As now, tying run still at home plate. Count is 2-1 as the pitch did go outside, and it will count. Schneiderman, his 67th pitch coming. Swung on. It's going to be Hal Hughes' ball to make, and it will get by Hal Hughes and score one as that hit him on the shoulder. And it will be an out at second. So one run comes home. And it will be counted as a single on a hard hit ball to Hal Hughes at short. Brian Smith running out to see if Hal Hughes can continue. Hard hit ball took a weird hop off the infield dirt. Hit Hal Hughes in the shoulder. It was Baker scoring from second, but at the plate, Cargan tried to get to second after it went right up in the air. And the entire team now crowded around Hal Hughes, making sure he's all right. Hal Hughes was able to recover from that and go over to second. And when the second baseman Walker ran over to get the ball that got away from him, threw it to Hal Hughes. Hal Hughes with the presence of mind to tag out the runner, Alec Cargan, and get out number 2 of this inning. So the tying runs will come to the plate. But what a crazy play that was. Hard ground ball, single. Baker scores. Cargan tries for second and thrown out. And single, 100% single. And so what a crazy play there for Caleb Henderson coming up now to the plate. So he has a pop. He had a 2-run shot earlier in this game that seems like forever ago in the bottom of the 4th inning. As the top of the hour nears here, the last chance for the Battle Creek Bombers now, down 12-11. First pitch from Schneiderman. Swung on, and it's going to get down in fair territory. And it will be Henderson boogie into second. The play at second will be safe. And so a one-pitch double from Caleb Henderson. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at the plate is Zach Gartner. And more serious warm-ups going on now in the bullpen. And Gartner with a chance now, 1 for 5 today. A chance to make this a very interesting game if he's able to drive home the man on second, Caleb Henderson. And Brian Smith is going to come out and talk with Schneiderman. 12-11, and we got a new runner at second, and it is Roman Trujillo. Henderson playing third today. Trujillo, if this does go to extras, has the ability to play on that left side of the infield. So a smart pinch running decision there. As Trujillo comes to second. And he got the day off at short today. And wearing the number 3, Roman Trujillo, 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Go-ahead run at the plate, tying run at second for the Battle Creek Bombers. Bottom of the 9th inning, 12-11. The Rivets lead the Battle Creek Bombers. 2 outs. Nathan Schneiderman, his 69th pitch. The big donkey, it's his game to win or lose. Fouled back on the first pitch does Zach Gartner. The 0-1 with 2 outs now upcoming. Zach Gartner 1 for 5 today with 2 RBIs, no runs scored. He also has 2 strikeouts. Batting .319 on the year as the East Texas Baptist first baseman. The 0-1 misses high and away. Counts now 1-1. Schneiderman has put in 70 pitches in relief, coming in the bottom of the 6th, and has been the only pitcher since for the Rockford Rivets. A close game with a win. These teams are all knotted up in the standings. With the win by the Bombers, they're all knotted up. Check swing by Gartner. He goes. Called strike. Count goes 1-2 on the check swing that just went a little bit over the plate. 1-2 with 2 outs. The Bombers down to their last strike here at C.O. Brown Stadium. The Rivets looking to split. Schneiderman with Trujillo on second. Sets and deals. Swung on and missed, and the big donkey gets the strikeout. And I'll tell you, a lot of sweat here for both teams in a close game, and it wasn't all because of the close game. The heat at 91 degrees also putting the pressure on everybody, but it will be Nathan Schneiderman, the big donkey, closing us out here with the tying run on second. Ice in his veins. And, wow, that was a fun one. The win will go to Tanner Probst. The loss is going to go to Bear. And the save, I believe, will go to Nathan Schneiderman, the big donkey. His final stat line, have a day for yourself. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run. And how many strikeouts? 6 strikeouts and 2 walks for the big donkey. These teams shaking hands. Offensive MVP has to be Mr. Hal Hughes. 2 RBIs, 4 for 5 on the day. And just a crazy day from him. He bumped his batting average almost to 300. Defensive MVP in the field, Brennan Reback robbed a home run that could have tied the game in the bottom of the 8th. That was just an amazing catch by Reback to help these Rivets get this dub. And then on the mound, it was 3 good innings at the start by Tyler Thornton. He had to have some relief in the 4th and 5th. Tanner Probst strung it together, and then the defense or the pitching MVP for the Rockford Rivets, Nathan Schneiderman, the big Dubuque donkey, getting his work done on the mound. And the final score of the game today, 12-11. The Rockford Rivets get another win under their belt. They play the second place Kalamazoo Growlers tomorrow night. Join us for that one. It should be a fun one. Homer Stryker Field, and those 2 teams, the Rivets actually with a chance to clinch at least the tie of the season series with a win. With 1 win in that series, if they're able to sweep the Kalamazoo Growlers, they will clinch their second season series after clinching their season series against Green Bay last weekend. For all of us here at the Rockford Rivets, my name is Scot Gladstone. Thanks for tuning in. Good night. Go Rivets. And the screws are hot.